has also been extended to one day, that is still Saturday. So we understand the kind of response that has come in. There has been a tremendous response to the Expo, and we see that more and more attendees can visit with more flexibility in the security, because today is a really jam-packed day, because there are heads of states, as you just pointed out in the photo op, they were all visible, and there are multiple tech giants also who have all come here today, and that's why there are a lot of restrictions as far as who all can actually have access to this summit, to the Expo on this very particular day. So it has been extended as well. This is the latest we have right now. And as far as the speakers are concerned, we expect many of the CEOs roundtable, that the Prime Minister in the evening will be attending and will be holding talks on, of course, AI. He's talked about skilling. India has been very focused on reskilling, and of course the hybrid workforce, that is human with AI. That has been the talk about, that has been the center point, if you listen to what Mr. Vaishnav has said and what Prime Minister Modi has been saying all throughout. And not to forget cyber security, the safety. Deep fakes is something that the Prime Minister has been speaking on multiple occasions about, and he has taken this opportunity at the OpenAI summit as well to highlight that point and raise concerns surrounding security with regards to AI, the risks involved as far as AI is concerned. But not to forget, he has highlighted that why AI should be used for the common good, and there should be democratization. And as we were just mentioning right after his speech, design, develop and deliver is the mantra. The 3 Ds is what the Prime Minister concluded his address with.
Right. In fact, the occasion has also marked announcement of the new Delhi Frontier AI commitments. Now, what this means, this is essentially a voluntary framework adopted by global big tech from New Delhi, and it commits them to significant, this is a significant outcome, it commits them to make AI as a tech responsible, make AI as a tech subservient to humanity and not controlling humanity, and essentially a self-regulation code that's really coming out of New Delhi. And that's something which has been a matter of big concern for the rest of the world, the way AI has been evolving. The way AI has been evolving, it has led to concerns that not very far into the future, machines could be controlling humanity or substantial aspects of humanity. And to address that concern, the New Delhi Frontier of AI commitments has been announced. This is going to lead to support evidence-based policy making on jobs, skills and policy making. Remember what the Prime Minister said, that let AI be given open skies, but at the same time, reins should remain in the hands of humanity. Let's listen to some of those sliver bites of Prime Minister Modi's address at the AI plenary.
दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी और ऐतिहासिक एआई इम्पैक्ट समिट में आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन है। ये समिट जिस भारत में हो रही है, वो भारत 1/6 ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है। भारत दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी युवा आबादी का देश है, सबसे बड़े टेक टैलेंट पूल का केंद्र है, सबसे बड़े टेक एनेबल्ड इकोसिस्टम का उदाहरण है। भारत नई टेक्नोलॉजी बनाता भी है और उसे अभूतपूर्व तेजी से अपनाता भी है। नई टेक्नोलॉजी के प्रति उत्सुक 140 करोड़ भारतीयों की ओर से मैं आप सभी हेड्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट्स, ग्लोबल एआई इकोसिस्टम के लीडर्स और इनोवेटर्स का इस समय सनलाइट इज द बेस्ट डिसइंफेक्टेंट, यानी पारदर्शिता ही सबसे बड़ी सुरक्षा है। कुछ देश और कंपनियां मानती है कि एआई एक स्ट्रैटेजिक एसेट है, इसलिए इसे कॉन्फिडेंशियल तरीके से डेवलप किया जाना चाहिए। लेकिन भारत की सोच अलग है। हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे, तभी हमारे मिलियंस ऑफ यंग माइंड्स उन्हें बेहतर और सुरक्षित बना पाएंगे। इसलिए आइए हम ये संकल्प लें कि एआई को ग्लोबल कॉमन गुड के रूप में विकसित किया जाएगा। साथियों, आज की एक बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाने की भी है। डीप फेक्स और फैब्रिकेटेड कंटेंट ओपन सोसाइटीज में अस्थिरता ला रहे हैं। फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में हम फूड पर न्यूट्रिशन लेबल्स देखते हैं ताकि हमें पता हो कि हम क्या खा रहे हैं। ठीक उसी तरह डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में कंटेंट पर भी ऑथेंटिसिटी लेबल्स होने चाहिए ताकि लोगों को पता हो कि क्या असली है और क्या एआई से बनाया गया है। जैसे जैसे एआई ज्यादा टेक्स्ट, इमेजेस और वीडियोज बना रहा है, वैसे वैसे इंडस्ट्री में वाटरमार्किंग और क्लियर सोर्स स्टैंडर्ड्स की जरूरत बढ़ती जा रही है। इसलिए ये जरूरी है कि ये विश्वास टेक्नोलॉजी में शुरू से बिल्ट इन हो। साथियों, हमें चिल्ड्रन सेफ्टी के प्रति और अधिक सजग होना होगा। जैसे स्कूल का सिलेबस क्यूरेटेड होता है, वैसे ही एआई स्पेस भी चाइल्ड सेफ और फैमिली गाइडेड होना चाहिए।
Models, infrastructure, talents, capital, and adoption. This is where the Indian model is truly revolutionary, providing solutions for everyone in the country. From 200 million of Indian farmers in their own dialect to travel advice for 400 million of pilgrims, or AI diagnostics for rural clinics, all running on India's digital public infrastructure. Open rails, near zero cost, adoption is key, and being included.
All right, those were some of the speeches delivered at the plenary with Prime Minister Modi there presiding, and Rakshita and Shambhavi join us live from Bharat Mandapam where the AI summit is taking place. To you first, Shambhavi, were you able to speak to some of the participants? Remember what the Anthropic CEO Amodei said. He said that the kind of energy he's seeing, he has not seen anywhere else in the world. I mean, are you getting a sense that what Amodei is saying is exactly visible on the ground there at Bharat Mandapam?
See, definitely that is the case, and this has been the case since the first day, that there has been a lot of enthusiasm, and as you very rightly pointed out, that in both their speeches, this was a huge deal, that the kind of enthusiasm the youngsters, the young minds of India, especially Global South, has been showing for AI, that has been, that would be very difficult to match by any of the other countries or any of the other sections of the world, and how they were very huge on the fact that how India is not focusing on kind of hiding or not making the entire process, the AI, the system transparent, not transparent, but making sure that it is accessible and transparent through all the people, to all the people all around the world. They're not trying to hide as a strategic move like other organizations are hiding. So we can see that there's definitely a lot of enthusiasm in the people. The seats were full the very first day. All the entries were full for the entire 5 days. So that kind of shows the kind of enthusiasm that the people have.
Absolutely. Since we are talking about energy and enthusiasm, let's just listen to that soundbite of Anthropic chief that he made while giving his address. Then I go to Rakshita. Amodei first.
First, I want to thank Prime Minister Modi for bringing us together. The energy and ambition in this room and across India are incredible. I've been spending the last few days meeting with Indian builders and enterprises, and the energy to build together here is palpable, unlike anywhere else. This is the 4th AI summit we've held since the tradition was initiated at Bletchley Park back in 2023, which I still remember. And in those 2.5 years, the advances in the technology have been absolutely staggering. Along with those, the advances in the commercial applications and the societal and ethical questions around the technology have only grown more urgent. My fundamental view is that AI has been on an exponential for the last 10 years. And as part of a sort of Moore's law for intelligence, and that we are now well advanced on that curve, and there are only a small number of years for AI models surpassing the cognitive capabilities of most humans for most things. We're increasingly close to what I've called a country of geniuses in a data center, a set of AI agents that are more capable than most humans at most things and can coordinate at superhuman speed. That level of capability is something the world has never seen before and brings a very wide range of both opportunities and concerns for humanity. On the positive side, we have the potential to cure diseases that have been incurable for thousands of years, to radically improve human health, and to lift billions out of poverty, including the global south, and create a better world for everyone. On the side of risks, I'm concerned about the autonomous behavior of AI models, their potential for misuse by individuals and governments, and their potential for economic displacement. India has an absolutely central role to play in these questions and challenges, both on the side of the opportunities and on the side of the risks. As a sign of our commitment, we just this week opened an office in Bengaluru and hired Irina Ghosh, who has spent 3 decades building businesses in India as our managing director for Anthropic India. We've also announced partnerships with major Indian enterprises this week, including Infosys and others. On the opportunities, one dynamic that we have observed is that technology and practices pioneered in India have historically set a standard for the global south and have helped to diffuse technology and humanitarian benefits through the global south. We're therefore we have been partnering with for several months, nonprofits such as the XSTEP Foundation, Pratham, and Central Square Foundation to use our models to advance digital infrastructure, education, agricultural efficiency, and health, in the hopes of spreading AI's benefits across the global south, starting with India and diffusing out to the rest of the global south. We're also partnering with Karya and the Collective Intelligence Project to build evaluations and metrics of our model Claude's performance on India's many regional languages. On practical and locally relevant tasks, we'll benchmark like agriculture, legal tasks, and educational content. On the risks, India is the world's largest democracy and can be a partner and leader in addressing the global security and economic risks of the technology. We'd like to work with India on testing and evaluation of models for safety and security risks in the tradition that was started by many global and national AI security institutes that have been stood up around the world. Even more, we see a particularly strong opportunity to work with India on studying the economic questions as part of the New Delhi Frontier AI Impact Commitments, which we're excited to join. As part of our Anthropic Economic Futures Program and Anthropic Economic Index, we publish statistical insights into how AI impacts jobs in the economy. We're excited to increasingly share this information, exchange information with the Indian government to share insights and inform evidence-based policy making, convene meetings with economists, labor leaders, and policymakers to adjust, to adapt to the economic impacts of AI. We believe that AI will greatly grow the economic pie, including in India and the global south, but that because it is happening so fast, it may lead to a time of disruption. And we need to work together between companies and the government to better manage that time of disruption and bring better prosperity smoothly to all. I and Anthropic are very grateful to be part of all these efforts, and I'm honored to be here and working on these questions with all of you.
All right, energy, ambition, disruption, and progress. That's the kind of sentiment that is coming out of Bharat Mandapam, where the Global AI Impact Summit is taking place. Prime Minister Modi, Emmanuel Macron, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, they have made their speeches, as also Sundar Pichai and Dario Amodei. More lined up after a short break.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
MDH की देगी मिर्च
देगी मिर्च का तड़का अंग अंग फड़का
MDH की देगी मिर्च
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
यानी इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, delicious, healthy, every day.
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, delicious, healthy, every day.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा। The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made All right, before we go back to the AI summit, in just a few days, Jewar will witness a landmark development, which is the opening of the Noida International Airport. It's ready to open its doors, marking a significant milestone in India's aviation and infrastructure journey. Located in western Uttar Pradesh, this largest airport is expected to ease congestion at Delhi's existing hubs while unlocking fresh economic opportunities across the Delhi NCR region. Built with a focus on scale, technology and passenger comfort, The project is widely seen as a catalyst for growth in real estate, logistics and industry. With inauguration day approaching, Jewar now stands at the threshold of a new growth story.
In just a few days from now, Noida International Airport in Jewar, set to become the country's largest airport, will open its doors. Touted as a game changer for connectivity and regional growth, the mega infrastructure project is already drawing attention from industry leaders.
Right now, I'm at the Noida International Airport, an airport that is going to shape the future of North India.
Spread across thousands of acres, the airport is designed to significantly ease traffic pressure from Delhi NCR while boosting economic activity across western Uttar Pradesh. Blending modern engineering with regional identity, the design reflects both global standards and local character. From expansive parking zones to streamlined departure areas, the focus remains on seamless passenger movement. Automation is at the heart of operations, aimed at reducing congestion and enhancing efficiency.
For the Noida International Airport, is going to be far lesser than the other airports, and that is what makes it a technology-first, beautifully designed airport.
With a technology-first approach, the airport promises faster processing and smarter systems across touchpoints. Beyond infrastructure, planners are also spotlighting cultural elements, bringing a distinct Uttar Pradesh flavor to the passenger experience.
I'm sitting at the waiting lounge near the boarding gates. The experience has been phenomenal. We've seen the entire airport, and what comes to my mind is that how infrastructure and real estate is connected. A 4-kilometer long runway at the Noida International Airport. One of a kind shoot that we are doing for our audience, and this is what Noida International Airport is, and it's soon going to get open.
For real estate, infrastructure and regional development, this airport could mark the beginning of a new growth chapter.
All right, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is holding more than 20 world leaders at the Global AI Impact Summit at Bharat Mandapam. In fact, he had 9 bilaterals last evening and official dinner. And just a while back, he has delivered his keynote address, exhorting the world to democratize AI and to build in India. Take a listen.
यहाँ AI समिट की एग्जीबिशन को लेकर भी बहुत उत्साह रहा है। खासकर यंग टैलेंट बहुत बड़ी संख्या में आया है। एग्रीकल्चर, सिक्योरिटी, दिव्यांगजनों की मदद, मल्टीलिंगुअल पॉपुलेशन की तमाम जरूरतों से जुड़े जो भी सॉल्यूशंस यहां प्रेजेंट किए गए हैं, वो इस फील्ड में मेड इन इंडिया की ताकत और भारत की इनोवेटिव कैपेबिलिटीज का बहुत बड़ा उदाहरण है। साथियों, मानव इतिहास में हर कुछ शताब्दियों के बाद एक टर्निंग पॉइंट आता है, और वो टर्निंग पॉइंट सभ्यता की दिशा रीसेट करता है और वहीं से विकास की रफ्तार बदलती है। सोचने, समझने और काम करने के पैराडाइम बदलते हैं। और दिलचस्प बात यह है, जब हम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के उस दौर में होते हैं, तब उसके वास्तविक इंपैक्ट का अंदाजा भी नहीं होता। जब पत्थरों से पहली बार स्पार्क निकला, किसी ने नहीं सोचा था कि वही चिंगारी सिविलाइजेशनल की फाउंडेशन बनेगी। जब बोली को पहली बार लिपि में बदला गया, किसी ने नहीं जाना था कि रिटन नॉलेज फ्यूचर सिस्टम की बैकबोन बनेगी। जब पहली बार
All right, I think we are heading back to the Bharat Mandapam Summit where there is a new panel shaping up. We have Sunil Bharti Mittal. All right. Okay, I think it just ended. So we go back to Prime Minister Modi's address.
इंसान सिर्फ डेटा पॉइंट न बन जाए, इंसान सिर्फ रॉ मटेरियल तक सीमित न रह जाए, इसलिए एआई को डेमोक्रेटाइज करना होगा। इसे इंक्लूजन और एम्पावरमेंट का माध्यम बनाना होगा, और विशेष रूप से ग्लोबल साउथ में। साथियों, हमें एआई को ओपन स्काई भी देना है और कमांड भी अपने हाथ में रखना है। जैसे जीपीएस होता है,
I don't know.
जीपीएस।
All right, those keynotes are continuing at Bharat Mandapam. That was Prime Minister earlier, and now I believe we have Mukesh Ambani of Reliance Group speaking. Let's cut to that.
The dream of becoming a fully developed nation by 2047, the glorious centenary of our independence. We are deeply honored that our most respected Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, is the guide, philosopher, and leader of this summit. Honorable Minister Shri Vaishnav and his wonderful team deserve full praise for organizing this summit on a grand scale befitting India's ambition. Modi ji's vision of AI-powered Viksit Bharat is also a template for a Viksit Global South. If wisely used, I believe AI can usher in an era of superabundance, a world without poverty, and a future of prosperity for all the 8 billion people on our beautiful planet is now within sight, within reach. Friends, artificial intelligence is not just another technology.
All right, all those keynotes are continuing at Bharat Mandapam AI Summit, and earlier we had French President Emmanuel Macron also make a pitch for India, Europe, new partnership, a new deal to democratize AI. In fact, it was not so indirect swipe at the United States when Macron said that some countries who want to impose hegemony on this technology, that should not be allowed, and to that extent, nations like France and India and rest of Europe should come together and coordinate. That was the crux of what Emmanuel Macron said, but more on what he intended in his AI speech. Let's cut to some parts of it.
Mr. Prime Minister, dear Narendra Modi, Head of State and Government, Ministers, Ambassadors, CEOs, ladies and gentlemen, Namaste. Thank you very much for welcoming us in this magnificent city, in this magnificent country. And it's great to be back after my 2024 state visit for this Artificial Intelligence Impact Summit hosted by you, Mr. Prime Minister. And I want to start with a story. 10 years ago, a street vendor in Mumbai could not open a bank account. No address, no papers, no access. And today, the same vendor accepts payments on his phone, instantly. Instantly, for free, from anyone in the country. That is not just a tech story. That is a civilization story. And India built something that no other country in the world has built. A digital identity for 1.4 billion people. A payment system that now processes 20 billion transactions every month. A health infrastructure that has issued 500 million digital health IDs. Here are the results. They call it the India Stack, open, interoperable, sovereign. That, dear friends, is what this summit is about. We are clearly at the beginning of a huge acceleration, and you perfectly described it during your interventions. But let me just recap during 1 year what happened. Last year, when France and India co-hosted the AI Action Summit in Paris, we set a global guiding principle for technologies that would transform our societies and our economies. We said then artificial intelligence will be an enabler for our humanity, to innovate faster, to disrupt healthcare, energy, mobility, agriculture, public services, for the good of mankind. Both of us, we do believe in this revolution. 1 year ago, the landscape started to shift. The US announced Stargate, China launched DeepSeek, AI has become a major field of strategic competition, and big tech got even bigger. And a lot of them are in this room and still accelerated during the last year. AI, GPU, chip tensions are now directly translated in geopolitical and macroeconomic terms. Sometimes for the best, sometimes for the worst, I have to say. But clearly 1 year ago, we demonstrated something else. Hegemony from any quarter is not a fatality. There is a path for innovation, independence, and strategic autonomy. And this path, I'm convinced, is one of the countries like France and India must take together. And we've already achieved a lot. If we speak about models, you perfectly described the acceleration and the diversity of this model. India made a deliberate sovereign choice. SML, small language models. Task-specific, designed to run on a smartphone. And India built the first government-funded AI and deployed 38,000 GPUs at the cheapest rates to every startup in the country, as you perfectly described, Mr. Minister. We took a complementary path. We invested in European large language models, Mistral, founded in Paris a little bit more than 2 years ago, is now valued at 12 billion euro, backed by Dutch leader SML, German SAP, and French CMS AGM, serving over hundreds of major clients all over the place in Europe and elsewhere. They announced last week a new investment in data center in Sweden and a new acquisition of Koyeb, building an actual European AI cloud. India chose granular and smart, and Europe chose sovereign and scaled. But both chose independence, and both were right. And this is as well the cooperation with LLMs coming from the US, and through cooperation, but cooperation based on mutual respect and independence, which could pave the way for progress. After the model of the infrastructure, you just described all the infrastructure made by a lot of large companies in India, and all of us, we are building new infrastructure, computing capacity. 1 year ago in Paris, we announced $109 billion in AI investments, and we are delivering this project with a lot of data centers, 58 billion euro in 2025, powered by our decarbonated nuclear energy. With a great asset, and this is very important indeed, to have low carbon and available energy. Last year, France exported 90 terawatt-hours of low carbon energy and pilotable energy, which is a huge opportunity to build faster and bigger data center. At the European level, 200 billion euros have been committed with the arrival of the Alice Lecoq exascale supercomputer, key component of our AI factory ambition shared with Netherlands and Greece, and we share the computer with them. Models, infrastructures, talents. India trains hundreds of thousands of AI engineers every year. With 500,000 engineers, India has the second largest developer community in the world. In France, we are doubling the number of AI scientists and engineers trained, and we've now more than 1,100 AI startups thriving in France, creating dozens, thousands of jobs. Armatan AI partnering with Dassault, Gradium for voice AI, Poolside, Ash, Hugging Face. I could quote the series of these unicorns and large caps, and this is clearly one of our strengths. In quantum computing, the next frontier, France is not placing one bet. We are placing four technologies. 4 French companies, Pascal, Candela, Alice and Bob, Quobly, and one ambition, to make Europe a quantum power, which is also the ambition of AMI Labs, Advanced Machine Intelligence Labs, from our dear Yann Lequin for Frontier Research. The smartest AI is not the most expensive. It is the one built by the best people and for the right purpose. Models, infrastructure, talents, capital, and adoption. This is where the Indian model is truly revolutionary, providing solutions for everyone in the country. From 200 million of Indian farmers in their own dialect, to travel advice for 400 million of pilgrims, or AI diagnostics for rural clinics, all running on India's digital public infrastructure. Open rails, near zero cost, adoption is key, and being inclusive is key. In Europe, our AI factories optimize energy grids, transform logistics, reinvent healthcare administration, and we are proving you can build a competitive AI industry while protecting your citizens' data. And opposite to what some misinformed friends have been saying, Europe is not blindly focused on regulation. Europe is a space for innovation and investment, but it is a safe space. And safe spaces win in the long run. I'm sure of that. Now, the point of this summit was not only to say, let's do more. It was to say, let's do better together. AI may be a powerful accelerator of productivity and a major shift for labor markets. This is why access to AI for all is critical. France and India share a common vision, a sovereign AI used to protect our planet and to foster prosperity for all. In health, we launched the Indo-French Institute for AI in Health, a partnership between Sorbonne's Brain Institute and AIIMS Delhi, and the partnership between ASH and St. John's Research Institute in Bangalore will use AI to transform hospital administration as well. In language, we jointly launched Current AI for sustainable and sovereign AI access. And this year, we announced an open hardware tool for translation into Indian languages and dialects. Because AI that doesn't understand dialects is not AI for all. And this is why we do endorse this initiative for diversity in language. In sustainability, our Coalition for Sustainable AI now has more than 200 supporters. Today, with India and UNESCO, we launch an international challenge for sustainable AI models. Last year in Paris, we called it Action. This year in Delhi, We call it impact. But the real name is simpler: AI together. AI and digitalization will be a key theme for the months to come. And the key theme of the Africa Forward Summit we will host with Kenya in Nairobi in May. The continent, the African continent, with the youngest population that will double in 25 years, deserves the best digital tools. And at a time when tensions are rising, there is an increased sense of urgency to direct all our digital tools towards this inclusive approach. And in order, indeed, to be strong here in India, but to be strong as well on the African continent. And let's focus all together towards bridging rather than dividing, creating rather than destroying, sharing rather than taking. France intends to use its G7 presidency to foster that vision. I know, Mr. Prime Minister, that India will do the same through your BRICS presidency. No country is bound to serve only as a market where foreign companies sell their models and download their citizens' data. No country. One of our G7 priorities will be as well children's protection against AI and digital abuse. You just mentioned it, Mr. Secretary General. There is no reason our children should be exposed online to what is legally forbidden in the real world. Our platforms, governments and regulators should be working together to make internet and social media a safe space. This is why, in France, we are embarking on a process to ban social networks for children under 15 years old. And we are committed here in this journey with a lot of several European countries being present here today. Greece, Spain. I know, Mr. Prime Minister, you will join this club. And this is a great news that India will join such an approach in order to protect children and teenagers. And we stand ready to take all necessary actions to ensure that our young citizens are truly safe, and wish to engage with all willing partners to make this vision happen for all. And this is a new coalition of willings in order to protect our children and teenagers. Protecting our children is not regulation as well. It is civilization. To conclude, the message I have come to convey is that we are determined to continue to shape the rules of the game. And to do with our allies, such as India, because we believe in core shared values: science, rule of law, global balance, efficient multilateralism, innovation for the benefit of all. Now is the time to channel our forces toward what works. Concrete action and solutions that make AI more sustainable, efficient, and accessible. Targeted funding to leverage talents and creativity. Appropriate rules to prevent abuse and protect all our citizens. Strong partnerships that help build new AI solutions, more safe and more sustainable. I want to thank all the governments and business leaders present in this room and engaged in this journey. I know your goodwill and your commitment in order to deliver these concrete results. We do believe in innovation, but we do believe in a better place, in a better world as well. And I don't believe one second it's incompatible. And let me say one more thing about partnerships, because this is not a two-player game. Last week, India and the UAE announced a joint AI partnership, a supercomputing cluster, shared data centers and innovation corridor. And India brings the engineers and the frugal models, and the Gulf brings the capital and the infrastructure. And together, they...
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप। थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा,
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा,
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very good afternoon, viewers. You're watching Live and Breaking. I am Rakshita Mishra with you, and with me is my colleague Shambhavi. We're reporting from the Bharat Mandapam, where the AI Impact Summit 2026 is underway, and the Prime Minister just a while back has in fact launched the opening ceremony. He has outlined India's Manav vision for AI. In the next 25 minutes, we're going to get you through what all has happened on this very, very crucial day for the International AI Summit. India hosts the world's largest AI summit with global leaders and AI pioneers in attendance.
हम मानते हैं कि AI जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे।
Prime Minister Modi says AI must be accessible and inclusive for all, stressing the need to democratize their technology and ensure humans do not become mere data points. Prime Minister Modi targets nations using AI for geopolitics, says it cannot be used as a strategic asset. Instead, banks on sharing AI for the world.
Today, the same vendor accepts payments on his phone, instantly for free, from anyone in the country. That is not just a tech story. That is a civilization story.
Emmanuel Macron praises India's digital ecosystem, cites UPI story to talk about the big AI potential. World's biggest AI pioneers on the stage at the India AI Impact Summit all bet big on the India story, promising huge investments in the country.
हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे।
Encourage this kind of international dialogue and cooperation. And if we get this right, these next steps right, I think we can usher in a new golden era of scientific discovery and improve the lives and health of everyone in the world. Thank you.
And one of their main suppliers shut down their factories in one of their countries. And they did analysis using our product, all kinds of simulation scenarios. And over a few days, they reached the decision that they need to exit that country entirely. I asked him, such a monumental decision to get out of an entire country, how long would that have taken you before? And he said easily it would have taken a year. And it would have involved heavy-duty consultants and things like that. So we now have instant access to knowledge in any language, a condensation of things that we can present in any way. It is an incredible power. And yes, it is deeply disruptive to the ways that we have worked before, the way that we have done things in the past. But at the same time, and even more importantly, we can do unprecedented things with this, things that we could never do before. So this astonishing effectiveness, and Yoshua referred to this as a jagged frontier, it is not uniform. Not everyone sees this. So that's my second point. Being effective with AI.
All right, viewers, and let's bring you excerpts from the Prime Minister's address. Shyam, it was very, very important how the Prime Minister mentioned certain aspects of AI which are not being talked about. We talk about cybersecurity, we talk about jobs, but also democratization of AI is something that the Prime Minister's address really focused on.
See, definitely, and this was one of the very important points that he made in his speech, is that either a humanization, democratization, because one very good example that he gave was the use of GPS, that AI should be treated with an open sky, but the handle should be in our hands, just like a GPS. Like GPS shows us road, but whether to follow that direction depends on us. So that was a very good way of humanizing the kind of AI use, because there has been several concerns of AI falling into the wrong hands, even the government using AI in a negative way. But definitely this was a very welcome, I would say, initiative by the Prime Minister, that humanization is the first thing. From machine-centric to human-centric is what he mentioned, and very rightly so.
Absolutely. So let's take a listen in, viewers, as the Prime Minister spoke about AI, democratization and co-developing and coexisting with AI.
इंसान सिर्फ डेटा पॉइंट न बन जाए, इंसान सिर्फ रॉ मटेरियल तक सीमित न रह जाए, इसलिए एआई को डेमोक्रेटाइज करना होगा, इसे इंक्लूजन और एम्पावरमेंट का माध्यम बनाना होगा और विशेष रूप से ग्लोबल साउथ में। साथियों, हमें एआई को ओपन स्काई भी देना है और कमांड भी अपने हाथ में रखना है। जैसे जीपीएस होता है, जीपीएस हमें रास्ता सुझाता है, लेकिन हमें किस डायरेक्शन में जाना है इसकी फाइनल कॉल हमारी ही होती है। आज हम एआई को जिस दिशा में लेकर जाएंगे वैसा ही हमारा भविष्य तय होगा। साथियों, आज न्यू दिल्ली एआई इंपैक्ट समिट में मैं एआई के लिए MANAV मानव विजन प्रस्तुत करता हूं। मानव का अर्थ होता है ह्यूमन, और मानव विजन कहता है M मोरल एंड एथिकल सिस्टम्स, यानी एआई एथिकल गाइडेंस पर आधारित हो। A अकाउंटेबल गवर्नेंस, यानी ट्रांसपेरेंट रूल्स, रोबस्ट ओवरसाइट। N नेशनल सॉवरेनिटी, यानी जिसका डेटा उसका अधिकार। A एक्सेसिबल एंड इंक्लूसिव, यानी एआई मोनोपोली नहीं, मल्टीप्लायर बने। V वैलिड एंड लेजिटिमेट, यानी एआई लॉफुल और वेरीफाइबल हो। भारत का ये मानव विजन 21वीं सदी की एआई आधारित दुनिया में मानवता के कल्याण की अहम कड़ी बनेगा। साथियों, दशकों पहले जब इंटरनेट की शुरुआत हुई तो कोई सोच भी नहीं पाता था कि इससे कितनी जॉब्स बनेगी। यही बात एआई में है। आज कल्पना करना मुश्किल है कि आने वाले समय इस फील्ड में किस तरह की जॉब पैदा होगी। एआई का फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क प्री डिफाइंड नहीं है। ये हमारे निर्णय पर, हमारे कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन पर निर्भर होगा। मैं समझता हूं हमारे लिए फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क एक नई अपॉर्चुनिटी है। ये ह्यूमंस और इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम्स के साथ मिलकर काम करने का युग है। वी आर एंटरिंग एन एरा where humans and intelligent systems co-create, co-work and co-evolve. AI हमारे काम को और अधिक स्मार्ट, एफिशिएंट और इम्पैक्टफुल बनाएगा। हम बेहतर डिजाइन करेंगे, तेज बिल्ड करेंगे और बेहतर डिसीजन ले सकेंगे। इससे और ज्यादा लोगों को हायर वैल्यू, क्रिएटिव और मीनिंगफुल रोल्स भी मिलेंगे। ये इनोवेशन, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और न्यू इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए बड़ा मौका है। इसलिए हमें स्किलिंग, रीस्किलिंग और लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग को मास मूवमेंट बनाना होगा। साथियों, फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क इंक्लूसिव, ट्रस्टेड और ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक होगा। अगर हम मिलकर आगे बढ़ें तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पूरी मानवता की क्षमता को नई ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाएगी। साथियों, कहा जाता है सनलाइट इज द बेस्ट डिसइंफेक्टेंट, यानी पारदर्शिता ही सबसे बड़ी सुरक्षा है। कुछ देश और कंपनियां मानती है कि एआई एक स्ट्रैटेजिक एसेट है, इसलिए इसे कॉन्फिडेंशियल तरीके से डेवलप किया जाना चाहिए। लेकिन भारत की सोच अलग है। हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे, तभी हमारे मिलियंस ऑफ यंग माइंड्स उन्हें बेहतर और सुरक्षित बना पाएंगे। इसलिए आइए हम ये संकल्प लें कि एआई को ग्लोबल कॉमन गुड के रूप में विकसित किया जाएगा। साथियों, आज की एक बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाने की भी है। डीप फेक्स और फैब्रिकेटेड कंटेंट ओपन सोसाइटीज में अस्थिरता ला रहे हैं। फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में हम फूड पर न्यूट्रिशन लेबल देखते हैं ताकि हमें पता हो कि हम क्या खा रहे हैं। ठीक उसी तरह डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में कंटेंट पर भी ऑथेंटिसिटी लेवल्स होने चाहिए ताकि लोगों को पता हो कि क्या असली है और क्या एआई से बनाया गया है। जैसे जैसे एआई ज्यादा टेक्स्ट, इमेजेस और वीडियोज बना रहा है, वैसे वैसे इंडस्ट्री में वाटरमार्किंग और क्लियर सोर्स स्टैंडर्ड्स की जरूरत बढ़ती जा रही है। इसलिए ये जरूरी है कि ये विश्वास टेक्नोलॉजी में शुरू से बिल्ट इन हो। साथियों, हमें चिल्ड्रन सेफ्टी के प्रति और अधिक सजग होना होगा। जैसे स्कूल का सिलेबस क्यूरेटेड होता है, वैसे ही एआई स्पेस भी चाइल्ड सेफ और फैमिली गाइडेड होना चाहिए। फ्रेंड्स, आज दुनिया में दो तरह के लोग हैं। एक, जिन्हें एआई में भय दिखता है, वो हमेशा वैसी बात करते हैं। ऐसे लोग जिन्हें एआई में भय दिखता है, और दूसरे वो जिन्हें एआई में भाग्य दिखता है। और साथियों, मैं जिम्मेवारी के साथ कहता हूं, गर्व के साथ कहता हूं, हमें भय नहीं, भारत को एआई में भाग्य दिखता है, भारत को एआई में भविष्य दिखता है। हमारे पास टैलेंट भी है, एनर्जी कैपेसिटी भी है और पॉलिसी क्लैरिटी भी है। और मुझे आपको ये बताते हुए खुशी है कि इस समिट में 3 भारतीय कंपनियों ने अपने एआई मॉडल्स और एप्स लॉन्च किए हैं। ये मॉडल्स हमारे यूथ के टैलेंट को दिखाते हैं और भारत जो सॉल्यूशंस दे रहा है उसकी डेप्थ और डाइवर्सिटी का भी प्रतिबिंब है। साथियों, भारत सेमीकंडक्टर और चिप मेकिंग से लेकर क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग तक एक रिजिलिएंट इकोसिस्टम बना रहा है। सिक्योर डेटा सेंटर्स, मजबूत आईटी बैकबोन, डायनेमिक स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम भारत को एफोर्डेबल, स्केलेबल और सिक्योर एआई सॉल्यूशंस का नेचुरल हब बनाते हैं। भारत के पास डाइवर्सिटी भी है, डेमोग्राफी भी है और डेमोक्रेसी भी है। जो एआई मॉडल भारत में सक्सीड करता है वो ग्लोबली डिप्लॉय हो सकता है। इसलिए मैं आप सभी को आमंत्रित करता हूं, डिजाइन एंड डेवलप इन इंडिया, डिलीवर टू द वर्ल्ड, डिलीवर टू ह्यूमैनिटी।
So that was the highlight of the Prime Minister's address, one of the key messages that he sent from this stage. But today also, French President Emmanuel Macron had to say a lot of things. He praised India for its UPI revolution, and he said that, you know, what India has done is something that nobody has done. In fact, he cited 20 billion transactions in a month. That is, of course, unprecedented and unheard of. And not to forget, he has raised the issue of security, of safety for the minors as well. He's again urged for restrictions, for ban on social media for the teenagers that we've seen from Australia to Spain to Germany. They're all mulling. Australia has, of course, implemented that. But France is the latest on the list from Europe at least. And he's also urged India to follow suit.
See, definitely, and we were talking about the talking points. One of the main factors that were discussed by not just our Prime Minister but several other leaders as well, apart from humanization, was the safety issue, which was raised by, of course, Macron. But apart from that, several other leaders raised it, and even our Prime Minister said that kuch logon ko bhay dikhta hai, kuch logon ko bhagya dikhta hai. It's like some people are fearful of AI and some people can see what opportunities AI would bring. And this is a very good point because, again, as we have been reiterating again and again, that security is an issue, especially for the minors, given the deep fakes and given the accessibility of AI, which is again a good thing but also a bad thing times.
Yes, take a listen in then to what Macron exactly had to say at the summit.
Let me just recap during 1 year what happened. Last year, when France and India co-hosted the AI Action Summit in Paris, we set a global guiding principle for technologies that would transform our societies and our economies. We said then artificial intelligence will be an enabler for our humanity, to innovate faster, to disrupt healthcare, energy, mobility, agriculture, public services, for the good of mankind. Both of us, we do believe in this revolution. 1 year ago, the landscape started to shift. The US announced Stargate, China launched DeepSeek, AI has become a major field of strategic competition, and big tech got even bigger. And a lot of them are in this room and still accelerated during the last year. AI, GPU, chip tensions are now directly translated in geopolitical and macroeconomic terms. Sometimes for the worse, I have to say. But clearly 1 year ago, we demonstrated something else. Hegemony from any quarter is not a fatality. There is a path for innovation, independence, and strategic autonomy. And this path, I'm convinced, is one of the countries like France and India must take together. And we've already achieved a lot. If we speak about models, you perfectly described the acceleration and the diversity of this model. India made a deliberate sovereign choice. SML, small language models. Task-specific, designed to run on a smartphone. And India built the first government-funded AI and deployed 38,000 GPUs at the cheapest rates to every startup in the country, as you perfectly described, Mr. Minister.
So we've seen, Shambhavi, the world's biggest AI pioneers all converging here at the biggest AI summit. And this is happening in a developing country that we've been discussing, that it's a great, a moment for India. And it actually shows that how the investors are turning up. They have promised to invest in India, and also that they see immense potential. They're betting big on the India story.
Definitely, as the Prime Minister pointed out, that India has demography, diversity and democracy. The three very important things which is required for advancement of AI in our country. And India has already evolved as one of the most important or frontliners in this entire AI game. And now that we have the world leaders collaborating and investing in our country, this would definitely bring us great results, Rakshita.
Right, absolutely. So we will keep a track of all that's happening here at the Bharat Mandapam as we report live from the AI India Impact Summit. We'll be right back with more. We'll take a very, very short break.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा और मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने। The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies.
He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation hollow out all services? Will AI wipe out all jobs? Are entry-level jobs all at risk? So when a prominent AI investor like Khosla says that IT and BPO sector will disappear, it amplifies that panic. Khosla is a futurist. He's an attempted futurist. His job is to think in exponential curves. From his vantage point, radical transformation is profitable also. And that perspective naturally skews towards very aggressive forecasts. But to extrapolate that all IT, BPO will vanish, all jobs will vanish eventually, is a maximalist, Vinod Khosla kind of claim. Now, I believe in a little bit more of an Indian approach, a balanced approach. And earlier today, I spoke to the remarkable tech genius Sridhar Vembu, founder of Zoho Corporation, who we are very proud of, who offered a more grounded view. He acknowledged disruption, and I'm going to be playing out this. He acknowledged disruption, but he emphasized more on adaptation. Now, Sridhar Vembu is the founder of Zoho, homegrown company, hundreds of millions of customers, CRM, finance, workplace tools, all increasingly powered by AI. He was humble enough to say that history is witness to the fact that when a new technology disrupts the job market, many other jobs are also created. So he doesn't take a typical VC, private equity, maximalist, hyper Vinod Khosla kind of approach. He is humble enough to say that he said being a little behind does not mean that we are behind. It actually means that we will get better. And he cited, of course, Sarvam AI as an example of what a moderately sized Indian AI firm can do with scaling up. Personally, I would go, and I think it is better to go with a Sridhar Vembu than a Khosla approach, because if history is any guide, evolution and not extinction is the more natural pattern in India because of what we are as a country. When it comes to modern technology, innovation, in most of the cases, we have not been the first. But at the same time, we have never copy-pasted someone else's model. We have eventually built our own model of technology, innovation that suits our cultural environment and which eventually becomes very competitive. I always give the example, ladies and gentlemen, of the space mission. Remember, when the New York Times mocked us following the success of our Mangalyaan mission, remember, ladies and gentlemen, how they used to show an elite space club on one side with a man standing with a cow, keeping on knocking on the door as a way to diminish Indian technology in space. And then we became, a few years later, with Chandrayaan 3, the first country to touch the south pole of the moon. And then all these people as cynics in the West kept quiet. But more importantly, we did Chandrayaan 3 at only 615 crore rupees, which as that time was said cost less than a blockbuster.
Guardar os direitos humanos na esfera digital, promover a integridade da informação e proteger as indústrias criativas de nossos países. O modelo atual de negócio dessas empresas depende da exploração de dados pessoais, da renúncia do direito à privacidade e da monetização de conteúdos chamativos que amplificam radicalização política. O regime de governança dessas tecnologias definirá quem participa, quem é explorado e quem ficará à margem desse processo. Colocar o ser humano no centro das nossas decisões é tarefa urgente. O Congresso Brasileiro discute uma política de atração de investimentos em centro de dados e um marco regulatório de inteligência artificial. O Brasil lançou...
World's largest AI summit with global leaders and AI pioneers in attendance.
हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे।
Prime Minister Modi says AI must be accessible and inclusive for all, stressing the need to democratize the technology and ensure humans do not become mere data points. Prime Minister Modi targets nations using AI for geopolitics, says it cannot be used as strategic asset, instead banks on sharing AI for the world.
In the country. That is not just a tech story. That is a civilization story.
Macron praises India's digital ecosystem, cites UPI story to talk about the big AI potential. World biggest AI pioneers on stage at the India AI Impact Summit. All of them bet big on the India story and promise huge investments in India.
Tech companies must also step up, building products that boost knowledge, creativity, and productivity to help people achieve their dreams. And we also need companies of all sizes thinking about this, harnessing AI to innovate and transform their businesses and sectors, and to skill up and empower workers.
AI joins the AI versus jobs debate, says new careers will open up with global AI boom. And with that, we have some breaking news coming in on the broadcast. Supreme Court has granted bail to filmmaker Vikram Bhatt in a fraud case. The court has observed that he was arrested on December 7, 2025, and his wife, who is the co-accused in this case, was already granted bail earlier. The court said that the dispute appears to be a commercial transaction, even though the FIR mentions cheating. The issue seems financial in nature. Since the accused are willing to cooperate in the investigation, the jail custody is not necessary. And the Supreme Court set aside the High Court order that had denied bail. It further referred the matter to Supreme Court Mediation Center. The court said parties should try to settle the dispute amicably, and bail granted with expectation that the accused will act in good faith. Supreme Court has granted bail to film director Vikram Bhatt and his wife in a fraud case. This is a multi-crore cheating case over making of a biopic, and that's the latest update coming in from the Supreme Court, which has granted relief to film director Vikram Bhatt and his wife. Sarthak joins me live on the broadcast to give us more details on this. Sarthak, this is a big update coming in as far as the multi-crore cheating case is confirmed, with the Supreme Court now granting relief to director Vikram Bhatt. What exactly happened in the court? What did the court observe? And what does this mean for the director and his wife?
Well, yes, today the Supreme Court granted a regular bail to Vikram Bhatt and his wife, who happens to be a co-accused in this case. The court observed that the dispute happens to be commercial in nature, even though the FIR that was mentioned, the charges that were framed against the accused were a case of a fraud. But the court has observed that they are not going to argue on the merits of the case at this point. The case observes that the entire dispute happens to be commercial in nature. Therefore, at this point, the court has granted bail to Vikram Bhatt and his wife, and has set aside the order that was passed by the High Court, where the High Court refused to grant bail to the two accused. The investigation is still ongoing, and the Supreme Court, however, has recommended the parties to go for mediation and to apply for Supreme Court mediation center, where they can where they can settle the dispute through mediation. That is the recommendation that has been given by Supreme Court at this point. To give a little background of the case, Vikram Bhatt charges were framed against Vikram Bhatt, where an FIR was registered by Dr. Ajay Murdia, who happens to be the founder of Indra Group and Indra IVF, and he alleged that the funds that were given to him to make a film, for a film project specifically, were misused and were not returned. There were allegations about misappropriation of funds against Vikram Bhatt. However, at this point, the Supreme Court feels that granting a bail to the filmmaker is necessary, and the parties should be looking forward to solving the dispute through mediation.
That's right. Right, several developments coming in on that case as well. Now, Sarthak, if we were to understand what exactly happened in terms of this particular case, it was when the director was arrested in the month of December. But as we understood that his wife was released earlier, and the High Court had also denied giving him bail. And on what grounds have the bail earlier been denied? And once again, for clearance, what grounds have the Supreme Court now granted bail to Vikram Bhatt?
Well, specifically in today's hearing, the Supreme Court observed that the arrest took place on December 7, 2025. But the co-accused, who happens to be the wife of Vikram Bhatt, she was granted a bail. Although the FIR, as I mentioned before, mentioned some details regarding the fraud and misappropriation of funds by the filmmaker. But the filmmaker has also assured that he would be taking care of that, and he would be, try to return the funds, try to give a valid reason as to what has been done with that money that was given to him.
Right, Sarthak. Right, Sarthak, appreciate you join us and give us those details on that story. With that, viewers, we shift our focus now. A stampede-like situation was reported at Junar in Pune during Shiv Jayanti celebration, and massive crowd of devotees had gathered at the Shivneri fort when the situation reportedly went out of control. Several people sustained injuries and were admitted to the hospitals. Take a look.
Huge crowd gathered at Shivneri Fort in Junar, Pune on the occasion of Shiv Jayanti as devotees assembled in large numbers to celebrate the birth anniversary of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. During the event, while devotees were carrying the Shiv Jyot down the fort, one person reportedly slipped and fell. Two others walking ahead also lost their balance, leading to sudden crowding and panic at the spot. Now, the Pune Rural Police have clarified that there was no stampede. Several people sustained minor injuries in the incident and were immediately shifted to the government hospital in Junar for treatment. Authorities have confirmed that no one is seriously injured. At present, the fort has been cleared and the situation remains under control, with police and local authorities continuing to monitor the area.
Moving on, some more big news coming in a big development. Anil Ambani, in a formal affidavit before the Supreme Court on 19th of February, stated that he will not travel abroad without prior permission from the court. He also said he hasn't left India since the probe began in July 2025. These are the breaking developments coming in. Anil Ambani also stated that currently he has no plan to travel abroad. His affidavit emphasizes that he has been cooperating with both Enforcement Directorate and the Central Bureau of Investigation and will continue to do so. He has been called by the ED and agreed to attend as required. Sarthak joins us live on the broadcast. Sarthak, it's a big development coming in with Anil Ambani now filing a formal affidavit before the Supreme Court and stating that he will not be travelling abroad without prior permission. He hasn't left since the probe began, and he also said that he is going to be cooperating with the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI.
Yes, on the previous hearing that took place on February 4, 2026, the matter was heard by the Supreme Court. Anil Ambani, through his senior counsel, Mukul Rohatgi, gave an oral submission that he will not leave India without prior permission of the court, and he will cooperate with the investigation. The court recorded his assurance, and the court was also examining the concerns regarding this case. However, yesterday, this was today actually, 19th February 2026, Anil Ambani filed an affidavit, an undertaking before the court, where he stated that he has not left India since the probe began. And there are some other pointers as well. He has no immediate plans to travel abroad. He will seek court permission before any foreign travel, and he will cooperate with the investigation. So he has basically assured the court orally and later on through a written affidavit that he will comply with the investigation. He will cooperate with the investigative agency. At the same time, Supreme Court has also expressed its concern over the pace of the investigation. It has directed ED to form an SIT in this case with senior officers, and has...
फ्रेंड्स, भारत बुद्ध की धरती है और भगवान बुद्ध ने कहा था, राइट एक्शन कम्स फ्रॉम राइट अंडरस्टैंडिंग। इसलिए ये बहुत आवश्यक है कि हम साथ मिलकर ऐसा रोड मैप बनाएं जिससे एआई का सही इंपैक्ट दिखे। और सही इंपैक्ट तभी आता है जब हम सही समय पर सही नियत से सही निर्णय लेते हैं। फ्रेंड्स, कोविड ग्लोबल पैंडेमिक के समय दुनिया ने देखा है कि जब हम एक दूसरे के साथ खड़े होते हैं तो असंभव भी संभव हो जाता है। वैक्सीन विकास से लेकर सप्लाई चेन तक, डेटा साझा करने से लेकर जीवन बचाने तक सहयोग ने ही समाधान दिया। टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे मानवता की सेवा का माध्यम बन सकता है, ये हमने भारत में कोविड काल में देखा है। हमारा जो डिजिटल वैक्सीनेशन प्लेटफॉर्म था, उसने करोड़ों लोगों को समय पर वैक्सीनेट कराने में बहुत मदद की। हमारे यूपीआई ने उन मुश्किल परिस्थितियों में भी ये सुनिश्चित किया कि लोग आसानी से ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शन करते रहे। यूपीआई ने भारत में डिजिटल डिवाइड को दूर करने में भी बहुत बड़ी भूमिका निभाई है। बीते वर्षों में भारत ने एक वाइब्रेंट डिजिटल पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाया है। हम इसे दुनिया के साथ भी शेयर कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि हमारे लिए टेक्नोलॉजी पावर का नहीं बल्कि सेवा का माध्यम है। पावर नहीं, एम्पावर करना। एआई की दिशा भी ऐसी होनी चाहिए जिससे पूरी मानवता का कल्याण हो। फ्रेंड्स, अतीत में टेक्नोलॉजी ने डिवीजन क्रिएट किए, लेकिन वर्तमान में एआई टेक्नोलॉजी सबके लिए सुलभ हो, सबकी पहुंच में हो, ये हमारा लक्ष्य होना चाहिए। इसलिए आज जब हम एआई के फ्यूचर पर चर्चा कर रहे हैं, तो हमें ग्लोबल साउथ की आकांक्षाओं और प्राथमिकताओं को भी एआई गवर्नेंस के केंद्र में रखना होगा। एक्सेलेंसीज, युग चाहे कोई भी रहा हो, एथिक्स हमेशा ही चर्चा के केंद्र में रहा है। अंतर बस इतना आया है कि पहले अनएथिकल बिहेवियर का दायरा बहुत छोटा होता था, लेकिन एआई में इसका दायरा असीमित है, अनलिमिटेड है। इसलिए एआई के लिए हमें एथिकल बिहेवियर और नॉर्म्स का दायरा भी असीमित बनाना होगा। एआई कंपनियों के सामने बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। प्रॉफिट के साथ साथ पर्पज पर भी फोकस हो, ऐसे एथिकल कमिटमेंट की बहुत आवश्यकता है। व्यक्तिगत स्तर पर एआई हमारी लर्निंग, इंटेलिजेंस और इमोशंस को प्रभावित कर रही है। एक्सेलेंसी, एआई के एथिकल उपयोग के लिए मेरे 3 सुझाव हैं। फर्स्ट, डेटा सॉवरेनिटी को रिस्पेक्ट करते हुए एआई ट्रेनिंग के लिए एक डेटा फ्रेमवर्क बने। जैसे एआई में कहा जाता है, गार्बेज इन, गार्बेज आउट। अगर डेटा सुरक्षित, संतुलित, विश्वसनीय नहीं होगा तो आउटपुट भी भरोसेमंद नहीं होगा। इसलिए ग्लोबल ट्रस्टेड डेटा फ्रेमवर्क जरूरी है। सेकंड, एआई प्लेटफॉर्म अपने सेफ्टी रूल्स बहुत क्लियर और ट्रांसपेरेंट रखे। हमें ब्लैक बॉक्स के बदले ग्लास बॉक्स अप्रोच चाहिए, जहां सेफ्टी रूल्स देखे और वेरीफाई किए जा सके। तब अकाउंटेबिलिटी भी क्लियर होगी और बिजनेस में एथिकल बिहेवियर को भी बूस्ट मिलेगा। थर्ड, एआई रिसर्च में पेपर क्लिप प्रॉब्लम का उदाहरण दिया जाता है। अगर किसी मशीन को सिर्फ पेपर क्लिप बनाने का लक्ष्य दे दिया जाए तो वह उसका एक काम के लिए दुनिया के सारे रिसोर्सेज को दांव पर लगाकर भी वही काम करती रहेगी। इसलिए एआई को क्लियर ह्यूमन वैल्यूज और गाइडेंस की जरूरत है। टेक्नोलॉजी पावरफुल है, लेकिन डायरेक्शन हमेशा मानव ही तय करेगा। फ्रेंड्स, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, एआई की ग्लोबल जर्नी में एस्पिरेशनल इंडिया एआई की बड़ी भूमिका है और अपने इस दायित्व को समझते हुए भारत आज बड़े कदम उठा रहा है। अपने एआई मिशन के माध्यम से आज भारत में 38,000 जीपीएस मौजूद हैं और अगले 6 महीनों में हम 24,000 जीपीयूज और लगाने जा रहे हैं। हम अपने स्टार्टअप्स को बहुत ही अफोर्डेबल रेट्स पर वर्ल्ड क्लास कंप्यूटिंग पावर उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं। हमने एक एआई कोष भी बनाया है। इसके माध्यम से 7,500 से अधिक डेटा सेट्स और 270 एआई मॉडल्स को नेशनल रिसोर्स के रूप में शेयर किया गया है। फ्रेंड्स, एआई को लेकर भारत की दिशा स्पष्ट है, भारत का विचार स्पष्ट है। एआई पूरी मानवता की भलाई के लिए एक शेयर्ड रिसोर्स है। हमें मिलकर ऐसा एआई फ्यूचर बनाना होगा जो इनोवेशन को आगे बढ़ाए, इंक्लूजन को मजबूत करें और ह्यूमन वैल्यूज का समावेश करके आगे बढ़े। जब टेक्नोलॉजी और ह्यूमन ट्रस्ट साथ साथ चलेंगे तो एआई का सही इंपैक्ट दुनिया पर दिखेगा।
तो यहाँ पर प्रधानमंत्री And that was Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, speaking regarding the tech, which is powerful, but humans must guide AI. He is speaking about the usage and also about the ethics of the AI to be used. And with that, we are shifting our focus now, viewers, to more news and updates coming in. Ahead of the elections in Tamil Nadu, DMDK and DMK have confirmed their alliance. DMDK's Premalata Vijay Kant said that the decision was based on interest of the district secretaries, and this alliance should have formed back in 2016. This has formed 10 years later. She said that the committee would be formed to discuss upon seat sharing and candidates, and this is for the first time that the alliance has been formed with the DMK. Premalata said that this alliance will win over 200 seats. It's coming in ahead of the elections in Tamil Nadu. A big update. The DMDK and the DMK have confirmed their alliance. And DMDK's Premalata Vijay Kant said that the decision was based on interest of the district secretaries and the alliance should have been formed back in 2016. Sharda, take us through the developments coming in. Give us a bit of background of the alliance which has now been formed between DMK and the DMDK. All right, Sharda, if you can hear me now, help us understand the developments coming in, because this is a big update given the elections in Tamil Nadu. The DMDK and the DMK have confirmed the alliance. What does this mean? And they are saying that they will be winning over 200 seats.
Go with the NDA or the India Alliance. And today it was very well made clear that the DMDK has chosen DMK in the form of alliance. It is in the history of Tamil Nadu in politics. DMDK for the first time joined DMK, and the DMK leader Premalata Vijay Kant
and the DMK leader Premalata Vijay Kant speaking to us just few minutes back exclusively mentioned that it was the decision of the party cadres and the district secretaries, and that is the reason they have chosen this particular alliance and not gone to the NDA, which they have done in the past. But however, the BJP, who is the NDA lead in the country, has given the statement saying that they are dejected with what the DMK's decision has been taken. Putting out a tweet, the BJP Tamil Nadu has mentioned that Vijay Kant, who has always been against DMK, especially the ideology and the corruption that the DMK has done to the people of the Tamil Nadu, BJP Tamil Nadu has mentioned that the DMDK former leader Vijay Kant would not accept this decision if he was alive, and also mentioned that the DMDK's decision today would not be accepted by the people as well. However, DMDK leader now, the Premalata Vijay Kant, stands strong, saying that the DMK was chosen in alliance for the upcoming elections, keeping in mind what the people of Tamil Nadu will require, what the party's future requires. In addition to that, also stated that it will be a two-lane fight, and that Vijay, just because sharing the name with Vijay Kant and starting the party from having an entertainment background, will not make him the leader in just a single day.
Right, Sharda, thank you for giving us the details. Let's also now... all right, let me go back to Sharda. Sharda, listen, at this point in time, what is the reaction coming in? What happens to the NDA? What do they have to say, if at all, given this alliance is coming after nearly 10 years, and the party says that they were supposed to be joining hands back in 2016. What happens to the NDA now?
Well, the NDA, which has been in alliance with the DMDK since 2016, what happened now is a huge shock coming. As we can see, the BJP Tamil Nadu reacting very strong on this, whereas the AIADMK leaders have been constantly in talk with Premalata Vijay Kant for the last few months. However, the decision made today would have brought them down, saying that the ADMK might not make into alliance with DMK brings in a huge question to the NDA alliance, because now all parties are formed, all parties, the regional stronger parties, which were willing in the past, which has seat sharing from the Tamil Nadu elections, have now made their alliance. As we can see that the India Alliance and the India Alliance have both become stronger. However, the question looming around the DMK continues, whether this DMDK alliance with DMK has come in the time when there is a Congress tussle with the DMK, and DMDK is trying to come in as a stronger force, giving a helping hand to the DMK. And we remember, as we say, Premalata Vijay Kant mentioned how both the families, the Stalin family and Vijay Kant's family, have been friends for a very long time. So probably because of the Congress tussle with the DMK on power sharing and seat sharing in the upcoming elections, DMDK indirectly lending a hand to the DMK to show the power of the India Alliance in the state of Tamil Nadu.
Right, Shada, appreciate you join us with those details. Let's also now listen into that exclusive conversation my colleague Shada had with Premalata.
Ma'am, today DMDK has announced its alliance with DMK. There's a lot of questions looming around this particular alliance that you have to form. And what is the main reason you joined DMK?
Reason behind this, all our DMDK district secretaries and the cadres liked this time we have to go alliance with DMK. Only that is the main reason I decided to go with DMK. Because you all know every day you're all coming here, they voted their opinion. That opinion poll, once I opened and saw, everyone wrote that everyone we have to go DMK this time alliance. So I take their decision as my decision. Their willing is my willing. So only because of that, all our party liked DMDK with DMK alliance. So that only the decision.
Ma'am, what are the demands of the DMDK? Because DMK will be forming their committee on 22nd. And what are the demands that our party would be keeping for the Rajya Sabha or the MLA seats? Any decisions made on that?
See, you all know what are all the possibilities the party will ask whenever we go for the alliance. So before that, everything is they accepted. Before they announce, if I announce, it won't be a right thing. So what I told there only, I am saying the CM of Tamil Nadu, Brother Stalin only should say about the numbers and all the everything he have to announce. Before that, if I say that, it won't be nice.
One last question, ma'am. We know, as you mentioned, you said Vijay Kant has been very close with Karunanidhi, but however, over the past, this is history actually, DMDK going with DMK's history in the politics of Tamil Nadu. And how do you think you're going to face the people? Because all these years you have been with the AIADMK, and a sudden shift, how are you going to make sure that the people are going to accept this alliance that the DMK has formed?
See, everyone knows very well, more than 45 years, Captain and Kalaignar Ayya were very good friends. On his leadership only, our marriage also happened in 1990 at Madurai. So their family and our family very close for all the days. But once we came for the politics and the alliance, so many times they both spoke about that, but it didn't happen that time and all. So 2011 we first time allied with ADMK. After that, all the years DMK and DMDK were speaking about the alliance, but it did not happen that time. So
we can choose to either empower people or concentrate power. Thank you very much.
And we are cutting into all the latest updates coming in from Bharat Mandapam as far as India's AI summit is concerned. And that's the big moment for India. It's world's biggest AI summit being held, and all the world leaders are one by one giving out their keynote addresses and speaking about AI and its implications and usage, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi just shortly from now addressing the leaders. And that is the images coming in of the photo op of all the world leaders together with Prime Minister. We can see leaders from Brazil, France, and other nations coming together. And coming up, the top headlines coming in: India hosts the world's largest AI summit with global leaders and AI pioneers in attendance.
हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे।
Prime Minister Modi says AI must be accessible and inclusive for all, stressing the need to democratize the technology and ensure humans do not become mere data points. Prime Minister Modi targets nations using AI for geopolitics, says it cannot be used as a strategic asset, instead banks on sharing AI for the world.
Today, the same vendor accepts payments on his phone, instantly for free, from anyone in the country. That is not just a tech story. That is a civilization story.
Macron praises India's digital ecosystem, cites UPI story to talk about the big AI potential. World biggest AI pioneers on stage at the India AI Impact Summit. All of them bet big on India story and promise huge investments in India.
Tech companies must also step up, building products that boost knowledge, creativity, and productivity to help people achieve their dreams. And we also need companies of all sizes thinking about this, harnessing AI to innovate and transform their businesses and sectors, and to skill up and empower workers.
Chai joins the AI versus jobs debate and says new careers will open up with the global AI boom. From Kerala, the High Court has directed the vigilance team to probe the alleged misappropriation of funds worth lakhs of rupees surrounding in the Sabri Mala case, surrounding the sale of ghee at Sabri Mala. In the inspection held by the team in a go-down, the misappropriation worth around rupees 22.31 lakhs was spotted. The accused snatched the money after selling the ghee packets. It took place during a 2-month period from November to December, and the court directed to submit a report in 45 days. Court orders 45-day deadline for report submission. This is in connection with misappropriation of funds worth lakhs of rupees surrounding the sale of ghee at Sabri Mala. This is the inspection held by the team in the go-down. The accused snatched the money after selling the ghee packets. It took place during a 2-month period from November to December, and the court directed to submit a report in 45 days. Huge updates coming in, viewers, on Republic TV. We will try to go across to Shankar. Okay, we have Shankar joining us live. Shankar, court orders 45 days. 45 days, and this is the probe into the Sabri Mala ghee scam. What do we know about this so far?
Yes, in fact, Sabri Mala has become a center of all the misappropriations. Like from day by day, misappropriations from one or the other has been coming out from various parts of Sabri Mala. Now, the 4 cases are being probed by vigilance and the special investigation team and the ED. Now, this is a new case in which there has been a huge irregularities in the funds of the ghee packets which were sold to the devotees through the counters of Sabri Mala. Like the vigilance team has added 33 people, including 3 special officers, the priests at the temple, and the counter staff as accused in this case. In fact, the fraud came to light some days back, some weeks back. Actually, after this misappropriation of gold from door frames and this Dwarapalaka idols came out, a vigilance team held an audit at the go-down of Sabri Mala temple, and in the audit, the vigilance team found that the number of packets of ghee which were sold through the receipts and it was actually sold were found mismatching. Soon this report was submitted to the special commissioner of Sabri Mala, who is appointed by the High Court and the special commissioner soon submitted a report on this to the High Court, and the High Court asked the vigilance team to hold a preliminary inquiry, and in the preliminary inquiry it was found that a sum of rupees worth 22 lakhs of rupees irregularity were spotted in the sale of the ghee in the sense RTA system ghee, which is called RTA system ghee, which is the offering provided by the temple authorities to the devotees, which is being used for abhishekam of the key deity, and the remaining of this abhishekam will be packed in proper packets and will be sold to the counters. Actually, it is done by the Devasam officials only, but there has been some issues, some mismatches in the receipt, in the actual record, and the total items which were in fact actually sold. Like when examining the Devasam records, the vigilance team found that from November 1 to December 27, in a 2-month period, as many as 89,000 packets of ghee packets were taken to the Sabri Mala godown for sale through the counters. However, when the vigilance team examined the number of receipts which were used for selling this ghee, only less than 70,000 were sold. So there has been a mismatch of some 20,000 packets, and it was reportedly over 20 lakh rupees of mismatch was spotted, and soon this final report was submitted before.
Hold on for a second there, Shankar. I'm getting some more breaking updates. I want you to help us understand the next story we are breaking. So it's a very strongly worded statement which has come in. Kerala CM Plenary Vijay has slammed the release of the second part of the Kerala story as the trailer was released days ago. He urged the people across the nation to unite against the release of such movies that he claims insults the state of Kerala. He alleged that even the first part of the movie was full of misinformation, and the news will of course spread blatant lies and sow seeds of communalism with an intention to tarnish the image of the state. He went on to assert that the state of Kerala stands as a beacon of harmony and peace, has been gravely insulted by the movie, alleged that the hands of Sangh Parivar are behind the movie and it intends to spread the divisive ideologies of them. This is a statement which has come out from the Kerala CM Plenary Vijay, and has called the upcoming release of the Kerala Story 2 as a danger the state's tradition of secularism. I just want to go back to Shankar on this. Shankar, just to help out, okay, we'll go to Shankar in a short while from now, but in a statement, the CM has questioned that this is a poisonous work produced to spread division and hatred in society. This is exactly what he's saying. We're getting these updates coming in, back-to-back updates coming in here. Okay, let's go straight across to Shankar. Okay, we saw that the Kerala Story, the first part, the first film in the series, also saw a share of controversy, Shankar. And there was a lot of bans and controversy in the first part. Now in part 2, we see the Kerala CM has once again opposed the release. What is the latest in the war of words that is playing out?
On Wednesday night, the Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, in a strongly worded statement, issued a statement through his social media page criticizing the release of the movie, the Kerala Story Goes Beyond. So he expressed his concern, how such movies are getting permission from the censor board for release in Kerala. He says even the first part of the movie, Kerala Story, was full of blatant lies, and there were misinformation, and it has created a negative image about the state among the people across the world. He says the movie has no connection with the reality, and the people across the world must unite against the release of such movies that spreads false stories about the Kerala. He says the people fall in love, the people from various religion and various communities fall in love with each other, and there is nothing wrong that cannot be called as love jihad or such radicalized practices in the state. He says the state of Kerala stands as a beacon of harmony and social harmony, and it has a number of spiritual qualities. But these movies are.
As those details, Kerala Story Rao continues, viewers. We're getting some more updates coming in. A stampede-like situation was reported at Jannar in Pune during Shiv Jayanti celebrations. Now, the massive crowds of devotees had gathered at the Shivneri fort when the situation reportedly went out of control. Many people sustained injuries, and some of them have been admitted in the hospitals. Here's the latest.
Huge crowd gathered at Shivneri Fort in Junnar, Pune on the occasion of Shiv Jayanti as devotees assembled in large numbers to celebrate the birth anniversary of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. During the event, while devotees were carrying the Shiv Jyot down the fort, one person reportedly slipped and fell. Two others walking ahead also lost their balance, leading to sudden crowding and panic at the spot. Now, the Pune Rural Police have clarified that there was no stampede. Several people sustained minor injuries in the incident and were immediately shifted to the government hospital in Junnar for treatment. Authorities have confirmed that no one is seriously injured. At present, the fort has been cleared and the situation remains under control, with police and local authorities continuing to monitor the area.
In more updates, Anil Ambani, in a formal affidavit before the Supreme Court on Feb 19th, stated that he will not travel abroad without prior permission from the court. He also said he is not left India since the probe began in July 2025. Currently has no plan to travel abroad. His affidavit emphasizes that he has been cooperating with both the ED and the CBI, and he will continue to do so. He has been called by the Enforcement Directorate and agreed to attend as required. This is the latest coming in as Anil Ambani says he will not be traveling. Let's go straight across to Sarthak, who's joining us live. Sarthak, Anil Ambani writing a formal affidavit saying he will not travel abroad without prior permission from the court. Yes, Arthur.
Yes, the last date of hearing, that was on February 4, 2026. Anil Ambani, through his senior counsel Mukul Rohatgi, gave an oral submission that he will cooperate with the investigation and he would not travel abroad without a prior permission from the court. And this time he has also submitted a written affidavit in the court where he has mentioned that he would cooperate with the investigation. He has no plans of traveling abroad, and if he has to travel abroad, he would inform the court, and only after a prior permission from the court, he would be traveling abroad. And he has, further, he has also mentioned that he has not left India since the probe began. To remind the viewers, there is a serious allegation on Anil Ambani and Reliance Communication and its subsidiaries, where the case relates to an alleged 40,000 crore bank loan fraud. Therefore, the court has also directed the investigative agencies to look into the matter in a more serious tone. The Supreme Court has also directed the ED, the CBI to form an SIT in this case. And to investigate the matter at a faster pace. Several investigative agencies are looking into the matter. For example, CBI registered an FIR in 2025. The Enforcement Directorate is also probing money laundering angles under PMLA case. The Supreme Court has laid emphasis on the seriousness of this matter. And therefore, it has directed the investigative agencies to try and find out more details about the case.
That's right. You know, the ED has been issuing fresh summons to Anil Ambani to appear for questioning time and again, and he's been skipping deposition a couple of times. His wife, Tina Ambani, has also sought adjournment twice, not deposed before the ED on her scheduled dates. So this is the ongoing case, Sarthak. If you could just put this into perspective for us, because we see that both of them have been getting multiple summons.
Yes, ED has been sending summons to Anil Ambani and his wife, and they want to really investigate the matter. They want to ask some pertinent questions regarding the case or regarding the loan default that has been made on the part of Reliance Communication and subsidiaries. But what we have learned so far about this case, that Anil Ambani has been avoiding those summons, and that is probably the reason why he has filed a written affidavit through his senior counsel in the court to make sure that just to bring across a point that he is not trying to avoid the investigation in any manner. He will not be traveling abroad because there is always a skepticism on the part of the investigative agencies and the court. They might suspect him leaving the country, trying to avoid the investigation.
Hold on.
And may
Hold on
delay
for a
and
second
linger
there.
on the matter
Sarthak, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. We're getting some more breaking updates, so I really have to move on to that, Sarthak. Well, thank you for getting those details. We're getting some more breaking updates. Bangladesh has barred SpiceJet from using its airspace over now airline says working for early resolution. Bangladesh has barred SpiceJet from using its airspace as a budget carrier is yet to repay pending dues, according to the sources. SpiceJet says working for early resolution on this matter. Let's go to Harsha. Harsha, Bangladesh has barred SpiceJet from using its airspace over dues. What are these dues?
The Bangladesh Aviation Authority yesterday only have released the notice, given the notice to SpiceJet for not clearing the pending dues. The dues have been pending, to which the SpiceJet has to pay to Bangladesh for using its airspace from last 3 years, and the dues have not been cleared yet, and that's the reason why Bangladesh has barred SpiceJet from using its airspace. That means from today onwards, the notice has been sent to them yesterday. From today onwards, SpiceJet will not be operating or using Bangladesh airspace for any air travel, any sort of air travel. Anyways, even if it's via flight to any location as well, then also they can't use Bangladesh airspace. They have to reroute or round about their aircraft to go to the particular location. And when we spoke to SpiceJet, SpiceJet has stated the issue is being resolved. They are trying to the authorities to come to a resolution ASAP, and they are trying to clear the dues as well. And this all problem has arisen, Shivangi, because of the budget issues of SpiceJet. The SpiceJet is going through a heavy debt budget issue, and that's the reason why till now the Bangladesh airspace budget has not been cleared. The dues have not been cleared by SpiceJet. Back to you.
Okay, so, Harsha, because Bangladesh has barred SpiceJet from using its airspace, and the airline is saying it's working for early resolution, is this really impacting flights and flight routes?
There are almost 15 to 16 routes from different locations which the SpiceJet and most of the airlines also take, because Bangladesh airspace is a middle airspace. Whenever you have to go to the northeastern country or from the northeastern region, eastern region of the country to any other location, the Bangladesh airspace always is being used. But this time, because the SpiceJet has not been able to clear the dues, we can see that how much money will be impacted to SpiceJet. There will be many aircraft carriers which are not traveling today, which has been postponed or cancelled by SpiceJet to particular locations just because of Bangladesh airspace. So there's also huge heavy loss which the SpiceJet has to bear because of not being able to clear the dues of the Bangladesh airspace.
All right. Well, thank you for getting us those details. I will be coming back to you for more, Harsha, on this development. Let's move ahead, viewers, to some of the other stories that we are tracking, especially, we will be getting our viewers more updates. Let's talk a little bit more about this developing story that we are flashing for you on your screens. This is a new update which has come in. Bangladesh has barred SpiceJet from using its airspace as a budget carrier is yet to repay pending dues. This is an update coming in. That means Bangladesh airspace is not available. Okay, let's go straight across to some of the other stories as we track more. And this is a global story. US has issued another warning to Iran. The White House has stated that diplomacy remains the first option before considering military action against Iran for the nuclear deal. White House press secretary has warned that it would be wise for Iran to reach for agreement with Washington as soon as possible. Take a look at this latest global development.
The White House has warned Tehran to be wise. Tensions are escalating once again between the United States and Iran. Iran has been warned. Strike a deal with President Donald Trump or face possible consequences. Press Secretary Caroline Levitt said Iran should move forward with negotiations, even as President Trump hinted at potential military action.
The president has always been very clear, though, with respect to Iran or any country around the world, diplomacy is always his first option, and Iran would be very wise to make a deal with President Trump and with this administration. He's talking to many people, of course, his national security team, first and foremost.
The renewed tensions come even as indirect talks between Washington and Tehran have resumed. The negotiations, mediated by Oman, recently entered a second round in Geneva. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says Tehran is drafting a framework for future discussions and has agreed on certain guiding principles. However, US Vice President J.D. Vance says Iran has yet to acknowledge all of Washington's red lines. Meanwhile, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has insisted that Tehran does not want war. However, he has also made it clear that Iran will not bow to what it calls humiliating demands from Washington. Meanwhile, military activity is increasing on both sides. The United States has deployed a second aircraft carrier to the region. At the same time, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has begun war games in the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global oil transit route.
Getting some breaking news coming in. BJP has responded to the DMDK alliance with the DMK. BJP says that the late Vijay Kant would not forgive the party for this. BJP says that late Vijay Kant fought DMK all his life. It questions the core of the party. Big breaking updates coming in on Republic TV. This is just after the DMDK has confirmed the DMDK's entry into the DMK alliance. This is the first time the DMDK has joined the DMK alliance, and the party was founded in 2005. On this development, we see that the BJP has responded to the DMDK alliance with the DMK. I want to go across to Sharda. Sharda, getting some reactions coming in. This is the BJP saying that the late Vijay Kant would not forgive the party for this move which has been made. Why did the BJP say this?
As you see, DMDK is a party that's been together with the NDA alliance since 2014. The first alliance was in 2011 with the ADMK, and for the last 1 month, Premalata Vijay Kant has been in conversation with both DMK and the ADMK, and she openly agreed that both the parties were talking about alliance to her. But today, her decision comes after the party leaders, the district secretaries, have chosen DMK and stating that it is the winning elections of the DMK in 2026, that the DMDK for their own good chose this alliance. However, the BJP is pointing out how Vijay Kant as a leader stood against DMK and his party, which was his ideologies were exactly opposite to what the DMK, and the party was started on the notion that they have to go against DMK, just like the AIADMK, and also said that Vijay Kant's soul would not ever agree to this particular decision made by Premalata.
Okay, well, thank you, Sharda, for getting us those details. DMDK General Secretary Premalata Vijay Kant spoke to my colleague a short while back, so let's go ahead and play out that conversation.
Ma'am, today DMDK has announced its alliance with DMK. There's a lot of questions looming around this particular alliance that you have to form. And what is the main reason you joined DMK?
Reason behind this, all our DMDK district secretaries and the cadres liked this time we have to go alliance with DMK. Only that is the main reason I decided to go with DMK. Because you all know every day you are all coming here, they voted their opinion. That opinion poll, once I opened and saw, everyone wrote that everyone we have to go DMK this time alliance. So I take their decision as my decision. Their willing is my willing. So only because of that, all our party liked DMDK with DMK alliance. So that only the decision.
Ma'am, what are the demands of the DMDK? Because DMK will be forming their committee on 22nd, and what are the demands that our party would be keeping for the Rajya Sabha or the MLA seats? Any decisions made on that?
See, you all know what are all the possibilities the party will ask whenever we go for the alliance. So before that, everything is they accepted. Before they announce, if I announce, it won't be a right thing. So what I told there only, I am saying the CM of Tamil Nadu, Brother Stalin only should say about the numbers and all the everything he have to announce. Before that, if I say that, it won't be nice.
One last question, ma'am. We know, as you mentioned, you said Vijay Kant has been very close with Karunanidhi, but however, over the past, this is history actually, DMDK going with DMK's history in the politics of Tamil Nadu. And how do you think you're going to face the people? Because all these years you have been with the ADMK, and a sudden shift, how are you going to make sure that the people are going to accept this alliance that the DMK has formed?
See, everyone knows very well, more than 45 years, Captain and Kalaignar Ayya were very good friends. On his leadership only, our marriage also happened in 1990 at Madurai. So their family and our family very close for all the days. But once we came for the politics and the alliance, so many times they both spoke about that, but it didn't happen that time and all. So 2011 we first time allied with ADMK. After that, all the years DMK and DMDK were speaking about the alliance, but it not happened that time. So Kalaignar Ayya also 2016 he told Palam Nadivi Palil Villa Pograthu appadina he himself told that, but it didn't happen that time. But now Kalaignar Ayya also not there, Captain also not there. That this time it happened. So this one, not only DMDK, all DMK people and their alliance, or everybody welcome this alliance. Surely this alliance is going to win a very big winning. After the elections, you will all know 200 plus this alliance will win.
And much more coming up, viewers. PM Modi targets nations using AI for geopolitics and says it cannot be used as a strategic asset. Instead, banks on sharing AI for the world. And Macron praises India's digital ecosystem, cites UPI story to talk about the big AI potential. Stay tuned, viewers, with Live and Breaking.
Amity has one of India's most advanced supercomputing facilities for AI research and teaching. Equipped with world-class facilities, the center drives interdisciplinary research and industry-academia collaboration, preparing students for disruptive AI technologies. Committed to India's global tech leap, Amity is proud to be the knowledge partner at India AI Impact Summit.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध, MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा.
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation hollow out also?
Let's take a look at this. India hosts the world's largest AI summit with global leaders and AI pioneers in attendance.
हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi says AI must be accessible and inclusive for all, stressing the need to democratize the technology and ensure humans do not become mere data points. PM Modi targets nations using AI for geopolitics, says it cannot be used as a strategic asset, instead banks on sharing AI for the world.
Same vendor accepts payments on his phone instantly for free from anyone in the country. That is not just a tech story. That is a civilization story.
French President Emmanuel Macron praises India's digital ecosystem, cites UPI's story to talk about the big AI potential in the country. World biggest AI pioneers on stage at the India AI Impact Summit. All of them bet big on the India story and promise huge investments in the country.
Tech companies must also step up, building products that boost knowledge, creativity, and productivity to help people achieve their dreams. And we also need companies of all sizes thinking about this, harnessing AI to innovate and transform their businesses and sectors, and to skill up and empower workers.
Sundar Pichai joins the AI versus jobs debate, says new careers will open up with the global AI boom. All right, viewers, this is a big breaking news that we are tracking at this point in time. The Supreme Court of India has issued a stern remark regarding freebies, that is the promises of free amenities to the citizens. The Chief Justice has stated that many state governments are distributing free schemes despite heavy debt and losses in the state. Now, if governments continue to provide free money, electricity and other amenities, who will then ultimately bear the cost? Now, the Supreme Court has also stated that the burden of freebies will ultimately fall on taxpayers' shoulders. Now, the Supreme Court stated that the governments should focus more on generating employment in the country rather than simply distributing freebies to the citizens. Now, the Chief Justice also slammed, saying that if states continue to provide free food, free bicycles, free electricity and direct cash transfers, where will the money for development come from? The Supreme Court said that many states are already in deficit, yet they are launching new welfare schemes in their respective states. So this is a big breaking news that we are tracking at this point in time. All right, I have my colleague Sarthak with me at the SAR. Sarthak, thank you so much for joining. Now, this is a big order by Supreme Court, who is actually saying that the focus must not be on providing freebies, but actually to generate job employment. Now, we have already seen this debate during Bihar elections as well, where we saw transfer of cash ahead of the elections, though there is a debate there. But what more the Supreme Court has said on this?
Well, the Supreme Court of India has made some oral observations regarding the case, regarding how freebies are given to voters, and how state governments who are already in a fiscal stress are under a fiscal stress announce these free schemes. The court noted that several states are already running fiscal deficits and carrying high debts. Despite that, during the time of the election, they announced these free schemes. And the bench also observed that these continued distribution of free electricity, free food, free goods and direct cash transfers ultimately act as a burden over the taxpayers, which is something that should not happen. The court has also questioned how states will fund long-term schemes, long-term infrastructural schemes, long-term financial schemes for the voters, for the citizens, if they continue providing freebies in the name of elections. And however, the court has not passed any order banning these welfare schemes, but certainly the court has showed its concern about these free schemes, because in the long run, the matter, these free schemes, these freebies are not going to do any good to the voters and to the general people who are the taxpayers. It will act as a burden upon them. The matter relates to public debt and fiscal prudence, especially for those states who are already under a financial burden. There is a fiscal deficit that they have to take care of. The sustainability of these freebies and the free schemes that state governments announce without anticipating things.
Absolutely. I would also like to ask you, Sarthak, this comes right ahead of Tamil Nadu elections, and the court has come down heavily on Tamil Nadu government, specifically saying that you're not the only government who's left without any amount, any money in your coffers. It is happening pan-India and has questioned the culture. So this is a big breaking news right ahead of the elections, because now we'll have to see how parties decide their strategy, especially in Tamil Nadu.
Yes, certainly. As a matter of fact, it came into Supreme Court's notice once, a petition, not just once, actually several petitions were filed before the Supreme Court regarding these freebies and these free schemes, and that is when Supreme Court observed that this is happening across the country at a very rampant rate. And this is something that in the long run will not do any good to the voters, to the regular citizens, to the taxpayers. They'll act as a burden upon them. As I said it before, the Supreme Court has not yet passed any order specifically trying to eradicate the scheme or altogether try to squash it. But the Supreme Court has certainly acknowledged that these kind of schemes are no good for anyone. Therefore, several other petitions might be filed in the future regarding this thing, and the Supreme Court may take that into account as well.
Absolutely, Sarthak. Thank you so much. So the Supreme Court saying that the focus must be on infrastructure like education, hospital, and not just freebies. Moving on to another story, Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered a historic address at the AI India Impact Summit alongside world leaders and tech giants. Now speaking about data sovereignty and making artificial intelligence for global common good. Take a listen.
साथियों, कहा जाता है sunlight is the best disinfectant, यानी पारदर्शिता ही सबसे बड़ी सुरक्षा है। कुछ देश और कंपनियां मानती है कि एआई एक स्ट्रैटेजिक एसेट है, इसलिए इसे कॉन्फिडेंशियल तरीके से डेवलप किया जाना चाहिए। लेकिन भारत की सोच अलग है। हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे, तभी हमारे मिलियंस ऑफ यंग माइंड्स उन्हें बेहतर और सुरक्षित बना पाएंगे। इसलिए आइए हम ये संकल्प लें कि एआई को ग्लोबल कॉमन गुड के रूप में विकसित किया जाएगा। साथियों, आज की एक बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाने की भी है। डीप फेक्स और फैब्रिकेटेड कंटेंट ओपन सोसाइटीज में अस्थिरता ला रहे हैं। फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में हम फूड पर न्यूट्रिशन लेबल देखते हैं ताकि हमें पता हो कि हम क्या खा रहे हैं। ठीक उसी तरह डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में कंटेंट पर भी ऑथेंटिसिटी लेबल्स होने चाहिए ताकि लोगों को पता हो कि क्या असली है और क्या एआई से बनाया गया है। जैसे जैसे एआई ज्यादा टेक्स्ट, इमेजेस और वीडियोज बना रहा है, वैसे वैसे इंडस्ट्री में वाटरमार्किंग और क्लियर सोर्स स्टैंडर्ड्स की
Right, a big breaking news coming at this point in time, a major update. SpiceJet has issued a statement on Bangladesh airspace. The statement claims that they are in regular dialogue with the relevant authorities on operational and procedure matters, including navigation-related charges. Now, this comes after Bangladesh has barred, in fact, SpiceJet Airlines from using its airspace as the budget carrier is yet to repay pending dues, is what the reports say. Now, SpiceJet says that these are routine industry issues and they are working constructively towards an early resolution. Their flight operations remain unaffected and we continue to operate our scheduled services in line with regulatory requirements. So this is a big breaking news that we're tracking. SpiceJet is barred from using airspace in Bangladesh. So this is a big breaking news. Now, SpiceJet spokesperson, in fact, as per the reports, is saying that they are in regular dialogue with the authorities in Bangladesh to ensure that operational and procedural matters continue as it is. Now, of course, Bangladesh is claiming that there are pending dues that need to be paid by the airlines SpiceJet, but they are not cleared, and that is why they have barred SpiceJet from using the airspace. Now, we also need to continue to track the story as we do not have the specific details, but this is a big news because if a certain airline is barred from using airspace, this can cause cancellation of flights. We've already seen Indigo fiasco happening in December last year. Now, what will happen in this particular case? When will this ban take into effect? Several questions remain unanswered as of now, but this is a big news that we are tracking. Now, SpiceJet has said that talks continue for early resolution. All right, I have my colleague Harsha live with me at this hour. Harsha, this is a big news. Bangladesh authorities are claiming that there are pending dues that need to be paid by the airlines as soon as possible. Now, how much is the due? What is Bangladesh authority really saying about it? And what are we hearing from SpiceJet?
One thing which is SpiceJet has clearly mentioned in the templated response is that yes, there are dues and they are speaking to the regular authorities who are in dialogue with the SpiceJet officials on the pending dues issue. On one side, what the Bangladesh Civil Aviation Authority has mentioned that they will not allow SpiceJet to use their airspace over the pending dues until the time pending dues will not be cleared. But on the other side, SpiceJet is stating that the navigation process, the aircraft and the operation remains regular and unaffected. To all our viewers, we want to tell that the flight operations from New Delhi, from West Bengal, from northeast areas of SpiceJet is majorly affected because of Bangladesh airspace. Bangladesh is not allowing SpiceJet to use the airspace because of the pending dues, and SpiceJet is continuously in touch with the officials of the Bangladesh to let them use the airspace, but this is not some less amount. The dues are heavy. The dues are, from past 2 to 3 years, the dues are there. There are the dues related to the navigation process as well. So every airline has to pay navigation budget to the other country when they are using the airspace. In this condition, so SpiceJet has not. SpiceJet has also not paid, and that's the reason why SpiceJet has stated that.
Thank you so much, Harsha. Continue to stay with us. We have a guest with us, Vipul Saxena, aviation expert, patched on the phone line. Thank you so much, Mr. Saxena, for joining us. Now, we have reports that SpiceJet sustained operating loss of about 78 crore rupees in quarter first in fiscal year 2026. Now, we have that report with us, but how grave is the situation with the SpiceJet? Because this is a big thing that the country is banning our Indian airlines from flying into its airspace.
Issue of bilaterals between two countries, where both the countries agree that whichever airlines operate, they will be liable to pay whatever navigational charges or landing charges are there. And under that, airlines has an obligation to pay up all the charges. But I'm sure before putting a ban on SpiceJet, Bangladesh government must have given enough notice and enough warnings to the SpiceJet, which probably they must have not taken notice of. So I think this matter will not prolong for long, because it is going to affect the operations of SpiceJet as well as for both the countries, whether it's Bangladesh and India, because passengers going from both the sides. So I'm sure some way will be found with the intervention of Minister of External Affairs and Minister of Civil Aviation of both the countries.
Absolutely, Mr. Saxena, and I would also like to ask you about the gravity of the situation here, because when last year we had Indigo fiasco, we talked about how we need to understand that one country cannot hold a huge mammoth amount of shares in the aviation sector, and we talked about how it needs to be diversified, but we have this situation with SpiceJet right now. I'm just trying to understand how serious is the situation.
I don't foresee it's going to be too serious. I'm sure within few hours time, some kind of communication with the intervention of Government of India will found out, and airline will have to, pay up this, whatever with a staggered way, or what, some kind of agreement will reach on this, and things will start off.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Saxena, for your details. Thank you so much. All right. I have my colleague Harsha with me. Harsha, we have already heard from SpiceJet saying that this is part of the procedure, routine industry issue this is, and it is talking about that this is not going to impact the operations as such. Harsha, what more can we hear from SpiceJet as of now? Do we have any spokesperson coming out and making a statement from SpiceJet?
So, no, till now there is no spokesperson who will be giving any detailed media bite to, further information or the amount of the due, or since when or since how long the amount is due. Right now, what we know is that the aviation, this particular airline, SpiceJet officials are right now meeting regulatory body and the officials from the ministry as well to speak to the authorities in Bangladesh to intervene in this matter. Not only the officials from SpiceJet, but officials from the Civil Aviation Ministry are also in touch with the SpiceJet officials to intervene in this matter so that the passengers are not affected, many flights are not affected, and monetary wise also the SpiceJet doesn't have to bear so much of losses in a day or two, because to all our viewers, one day airline cost is too much for the loss for any airline company to bear. And in this case, if Bangladesh will not permit the SpiceJet to use the airspace, almost 15 to 20 aircraft of SpiceJet will not be able to go to any routine destination once if the airspace will not be allowed to use. And in this matter, that's the reason since morning regular dialogue has been initiated from the side of SpiceJet officials with the Bangladesh authorities, but till now there has been no word whether when the particular aircraft will commence which will be using Bangladesh airspace. On one side, Bangladesh authorities have really stated that they will not be allowing SpiceJet to use the airspace. We have to wait how the day transpires, because a meeting is also scheduled of the SpiceJet officials with the Government of India. Back to you.
All right. Harsha, also would like to ask you, because this also comes after SpiceJet fails to pay air navigation charges, and that is the reason why it will have to take longer routes now for its flights that go from Bangladesh airspace. So not only day basis penalties and the expenses that the airline will incur. All right, we'll continue to track the story, but
first, quickly taking a short break. Coming up, Bangladesh blocks SpiceJet from using its airspace, citing pending dues.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार, क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used.
Amity has one of India's most advanced supercomputing facilities for AI research and teaching. Equipped with world-class facilities, the center drives interdisciplinary research and industry-academia collaboration, preparing students for disruptive AI technologies. Committed to India's global tech leap, Amity is proud to be the knowledge partner at India AI Impact Summit.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation hollow out all services? Will AI wipe out all jobs? Are entry-level jobs all at risk? So when a prominent AI investor like Khosla says that IT and BPO sector will disappear, it amplifies that panic. Khosla is a futurist. He's an
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation hollow out all services? Will AI wipe out all jobs? Our entry-level...
Macron praises India's UPI infrastructure. Digital ecosystem cites UPI story to talk about the big AI potential.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
MDH की देगी मिर्च, देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का। MDH की देगी मिर्च।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation hollow out all services? Will AI wipe out all jobs? Are entry-level jobs all at risk? So when a prominent AI investor like Khosla says that IT and BPO sector will disappear, it amplifies that panic. Khosla is a futurist. He's an attempted futurist. His job is to think in exponential curves. From his vantage point, radical transformation is profitable also. And that perspective naturally skews towards very aggressive forecasts. But to extrapolate that all...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello viewers, a very good afternoon. We are live and we are breaking. I'm Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest coming in. And at the India AI Impact Summit, Prime Minister Modi says that India is shaping the global AI discourse. Very strong statements coming in from that very important summit. We also get to all those details, but the headlines first. Let's get started. SpiceJet retorts to Bangladesh's statement of Bangladesh imposing a ban on the airline using its airspace over dues.
हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे.
And PM Modi says AI must be accessible and inclusive for all, stressing the need to democratize the technology and ensure humans do not become mere data points. PM Modi targets nations using AI for geopolitics, says it cannot be used as a strategic asset, instead banks on sharing AI for the world.
Today, the same vendor accepts payments on his phone, instantly for free, from anyone in the country. That is not just a tech story. That is a civilization story.
Macron praises India's digital ecosystem, cites UPI is very, very important, praises UPI potential of India. Kerala Vigilance team informs High Court of serious oversight after gold theft. Ghee scam is under the scanner in Sabri Mala. Starting off with some new developments coming in. AI videos war breaks out between Congress and the government. Big updates coming here on Republic TV. AICC chairperson of social media and digital platforms issues a statement. It's over an AI video. The Congress has shown in its AI video how Prime Minister Modi has turned away from responsibility. Now, I'm just talking about this AI video. These are 9 AI generated videos deleted by the government. That's what the Congress is claiming in this case. Big updates coming in, viewers, on Republic TV. The AI video war has just broken out. Just getting you these updates which are coming in. These are 9 AI generated videos deleted by the government. That's what the Congress is claiming. And the Congress, very, very interestingly here, is admitting on the AI videos and also blaming the government over it. Big updates coming in here, Republic TV viewers. We'll tell you more about this developing story. But a big claim coming in from the Congress over AI videos. We'll try to get some more details on this latest story that we are tracking for Republic TV viewers. But an AI video war has broken out, with the Congress making some allegations in this case. The Congress is saying that the government has deleted multiple AI videos. You've seen such a war break out between the Congress and the government earlier as well. We have seen getting you these more updates which are coming in on Republic TV, and we also have some information about this AI video. So let's take you through exactly what that information is. So in this video, the Congress has shown in its AI video some very objectionable videos regarding Prime Minister Modi. And there are a couple of such videos which have been deleted by the government, and they were posted by the Congress. Big updates coming in, viewers, on Republic TV. A lot of these videos, from what we are understanding, are about Prime Minister Modi. So I just want to go across to Abhishek, our senior executive editor. Abhishek, I have the information about those AI videos, very objectionable videos, and a lot of it is about Prime Minister Modi, and these have been deleted by the government.
Well, you see, there are extant guidelines as to what can go insofar as digital media platforms are concerned, and X social media platform happens to be that. And if there is something objectionable, then obviously those guidelines would kick in. And if the posts have been deleted, then obviously X has found them to be in violation of the extant guidelines. We are yet to hear from the government, because this is a charge coming in from the Congress party through their social media handle that 9 of their posts have been deleted by the government at the behest of BJP-ruled states by the Union Information and Technology Ministry. The government's response is awaited, but this seems like political war getting into AI domain. What can be said for sure is that if there is AI-generated content, it has to be watermarked, it has to be specified as such, which was not the case. And recently we have seen the Union Ministry saying that Union Ministry of Information Technology telling all these social media platforms that if there is something which is flagged to them, it has to be deleted in 3 hours. So it seems the system is working, and the Congress party finding itself on the wrong side of the stick because they uploaded those AI-generated videos without at least watermarking. And apart from that, of course, rest of it is political debate between the Congress and the BJP, with the Congress pivoting its attack on IT rules, which all these platforms seem to be following as of now, and the Congress not liking that.
Right. Abhishek, if you could share some more details about what these videos are about, because the details are here on with us. So one video, for example, is how Prime Minister Modi on Epstein's advice got busy trying to please American President Trump. Really preposterous stuff here with no proof whatsoever. Many of these videos have no proof whatsoever and no facts, and no wonder they have been deleted, because the Congress cannot really defend those videos, now can they?
Well, yes, so newspapers would carry those caricatures, but those were caricatures, so they had a certain role. The Congress is using these videos as political attack. It's not specifying as such that this is part of a caricature. They are using it to peddle a certain narrative, a certain information which is not factual. And so I think they have been fact-checked. But what is important is that this is in line with what we have seen Congress party doing of late. So irrespective of those AI-generated videos, we saw how leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi picked up a book which was as yet, or which is as yet unpublished, that of General Naravne and his autobiographical account, which has been withheld by security agencies for containing some sensitive information. And Rahul Gandhi went on to quote from that and had to be stopped. It's become a privilege issue in the parliament. What we are seeing is those videos also, some of them in real bad taste, being posted by the Congress party to further its political objectives. And that's something which has been nibbed, and the party not really liking it.
Okay, well, thank you for getting those details. Coming in, Abhishek, senior executive editor. I'll be coming back to you for more on this. Let's move ahead, viewers, to some of the other stories we're tracking. A stampede-like situation was seen in Pune during Shiv Jayanti celebrations. Many people have sustained injuries, and some of them are being treated at the hospital. Here's more. Take a look.
Huge crowd gathered at Shivneri Fort in Junnar, Pune on the occasion of Shiv Jayanti as devotees assembled in large numbers to celebrate the birth anniversary of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. During the event, while devotees were carrying the Shiv Jyot down the fort, one person reportedly slipped and fell. 2 others walking ahead also lost their balance, leading to sudden crowding and panic at the spot. Now, the Pune Rural Police have clarified that there was no stampede. Several people sustained minor injuries in the incident and were immediately shifted to the government hospital in Junnar for treatment. Authorities have confirmed that no one is seriously injured. At present, the fort has been cleared and the situation remains under control, with police and local authorities continuing to monitor the area.
Getting some big breaking news coming in after the ghee adulteration issue. Now the TTD has come up with some new rules for ghee procurement. That is right. This is after the adulteration issue and a lot of to and fro was seen on that. Let's tell you exactly exactly what is happening. The TTD board has come up with the new stringent rules on ghee procurement in order to maintain the sanctity of the making the prasadam, taking into account the criticism and the doubts of devotees regarding the quality and taste of the laddu prasadam before 2024. The newly formed TTD board under the leadership of B.R. Naidu has made changes in the ghee purchase policy. Big updates coming in, viewers. Let's go to Aishwarya. New rules which have come in just. We saw so much of controversy and so much of to and fro over the ghee issue. And now we see that the newly formed TTD board, this is under the leadership of B.R. Naidu, has made some changes about procuring the ghee. So what are these changes all about? Yes, go ahead.
So after this entire ghee adulteration issue and the devotees who have loosened their faith in the making of the prasadam as well, now the TTD board, the newly formed board, is trying to maintain the faith of the devotion and faith of the devotees into the prasadam and trying to get into new rules, more stringent rules, so that this particular adulteration or any other scam in relation with the TTD does not happen further. So the more key changes that can be seen in this particular new changes that have been brought is the ghee procurement range limit that they have brought in, which is earlier around 1500 kilometers was allowed, where the companies are in distance from the TTD as well as the company 1500 kilometers of range was allowed, but however now it has been reduced to 800 kilometers, where the transportation from the company or dairy company to the TTD should be only 800 kilometers. That is what so that during the transportation there is no harm or there is no spoiling of the ghee that happens. And the second change that they have brought in is a GPS tracker to the tanker. To the tanker that has been allocated for the transportation of the ghee, where the GPS tracker will also be allocated for the tanker which is transporting the ghee from the dairy to the TTD premises for making the prasadam. Apart from that, the quality checks, the tender process, all of these have also been made stringent, where the tender process now in 2024 and 2025 year was said that what happened in 7 phases, where they have identified 7 dairy companies which are eligible for these tenders, and out of which they have given the tenders to 3 companies is what the B.R. Naidu chairman had stated, where the 3 so that the ghee tenders were also given among the 3 companies, so that there was no monopoly that is also happening in the ghee procurement process, so that the transparency should be maintained, and so that the devotees will regain faith in this particular temple, and in this particular the damage that has happened to its reputation will also be restored, is something the chairman has also persistently said during the press conference he had given regarding this entire changes. Even the quality checks, the tender process, even the sensitivity that is regarding this particular ghee procurement will also be looked into, and there will be no monopoly. There will be the ghee procurement and the transportation will be monitored by the TTD through the GPS trackers, as well as the range is also reduced, so that the spoiling of the ghee is not viable.
Ashura, you were speaking about the tenders, and there was a lot of focus on the tenders and the transparency regarding the tenders when the probe was happening in the Laddu Prasadam case, the adulteration case. And like you are saying, that the new TTD board wants to restore the faith of the devotees and the sanctity of the Prasadam, and that is why these changes are necessary. Is that what they're saying?
Exactly. One of the main focus they were showing is that this particular tenders that the YSRCP government had allocated led to this entire ghee adulteration process, because they chose the dairy companies which did not have the capacity to provide ghee for ghee for making laddus that can be made in the TTD. So they have identified 7 dairy companies which falls under the norms of the TTD ghee procurement tender norms, and as well as out of the 7 companies they had done around 7 phases of quotations from the companies, after which they have identified the top 3 tender companies. They have also clearly stated that they have given the procurement to 3 companies, so that no monopoly will be maintained, so that there will be no monopoly, or there will be no one single dairy company domination in the TTD, but
a combination of three top dairy companies so that the sanctity and the purity of the ghee will be maintained. And they also clearly mentioned that the quality checks also will be, apart from the FSSI quality checks, they will also look into more quality checks as well, and in a regular process, so that the ghee will also be seen if it's
thank you
pure,
for those details.
if it's
Thank you so
not
much for getting those
adulterated,
details,
and if it is in the
Ashwarya.
right
Coming back to you, we're getting some more updates coming in. Ahead of the Tamil Nadu polls, a major development is coming in with the DMK and the DMDK alliance. After that was finalized, the BJP has come out and they have said this is a big decision which is completely gone wrong. This is what the BJP is saying. BJP issued a statement on the DMK, DMDK alliance. And DMDK made a wrong decision joining DMK. This is what the BJP is saying. The BJP statement says DMDK made a very wrong decision all these years. Their former and late leader, Vijay Kant, has spoken for BJP and he always made his alliance with NDA. They have been opposing DMK for so many years, and suddenly now they go to that same, I repeat, they go to that same party that they were criticizing over an alliance. So this is a reaction which is coming from the BJP on the DMK, DMDK alliance, which was finalized a short while back. Let's go and play out that statement.
Yeah, the legacy of Vijay Kant they have led on. The party, their own family has led on. That is really a sad state of affairs. And Mr. Vijay Kant, till he was alive, he was with BJP very clearly. So it is not right. And also we have to see what Premalata Vijay Kant have been talking about this government in the last 4 years. So in spite of that, joining with DMK means they don't bother for the welfare of the state and welfare of the Tamil people, and they are selfish only to get few seats and power. That's all.
So, though being a regional party, DMDK has like 0.05% of vote share in the Tamil Nadu politics. Is losing DMDK from the NDA, will it in any way cause a loss to the NDA alliance?
No way at all, because we are very, very strong, and the anti-DMK, anti-incumbency wave is already there in Tamil Nadu, and whoever joins with the NDA, that party will be benefited now. So if it is really bad luck for DMDK, and they will be the most affected party. So I don't think it is going to have any effect in NDA or the results in the assembly elections.
Okay, so what the BJP is saying is very similar to what the AIADMK is also saying. And let's go back to Sharda, who's joining us live from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Both the AIADMK and the BJP have said this is a very bad alliance and a very unexpected alliance. And specifically, the former Lok Sabha MP and four-time MLA S. Samamalai has said the soul of Vijay Kant will not forgive this decision.
Well, very true, Shivangi. As you mentioned, both the AIADMK and BJP do not approve of the alliance of the DMDK with the DMK. Though they say there's a loss for them in this alliance, they do not agree that Vijay Kant in the past, who was the leader of the party, would not have agreed for it now. And that they said the DMK is not for the people, but going against the people by making this decision. Also added to that is what the BJP announcing, that they would not lose any share of seats, even if the DMDK joins along with the DMK, and that it does not bring them any loss, and that it's DMDK's decision to go with the DMK. And the main question that comes from the BJP is if the DMDK will now voice against DMK, will that continue or not? Because for the last 4 years, what the DMDK is doing is to go against the DMK, criticize what the DMK has been doing. Now going in alliance with the same party that they criticized all for just for an alliance is the main question that the BJP is asking.
That's right. And, also, we would also like to know that this alliance, how would this really change the political landscape as we count down, Sharada, to the Tamil Nadu polls?
Well, the DMDK is a very old standing party which has been with the AIADMK since 2011 and NDA since 2014. However, this is the first time in the history of Tamil Nadu politics that the DMDK is going with an alliance with DMK. While earlier the DMDK factor had 0.5% share in the Tamil Nadu politics, over the years the party did lose its charm, because after the late leader Vijay Kant passed away, and just holding on to just Premalata Vijay Kant and his son Prabhakaran is what the party is holding on to. to now, if the DMDK is being, those continue to be the major factor for the AI, ADMK and DMK, what it brings in the books of the 2026 elections will still be a question, and it depends on what the 7 constituencies that the DMK will be standing in is what the main question looms around now.
That's right. These top updates coming in here ahead of Tamil Nadu Post. Thank you, Shraddha, for getting us all those details. Let's move ahead, viewers. We're getting some more updates, especially when we talk about what's happening between Iran and the US. Remember that Iran and US are having some talks, nuke talks. They try to negotiate and come to a deal in Geneva. However, new satellite imagery shows that Iran is fortifying its military and nuclear sites. This is the report as we count down to the new developments which we can expect between Iran and US, as Iran's imagery from satellites show that they're ramping up their nuclear sites.
Amid the rising tensions between Iran and the United States over a nuclear deal, Iran is digging in, fortifying and moving quickly. These are the new satellite imagery showing a rapid effort to shield key nuclear facilities beneath thick concrete and packed earth. High-resolution images reveal expanded construction zones, heavy machinery on site, and new reinforced structures rising over sensitive locations. Iran's objective looks clear: protect critical nuclear infrastructure from potential airstrikes as United States military pressure increases across the region. The timing is very significant. In one hand, the diplomatic talks are ongoing, and on the other, tensions between Tehran and Washington remain elevated. Meanwhile, Iran is moving aggressively to fortify both its military and nuclear infrastructure. The satellite imagery shows the construction of a massive concrete shield over a newly built facility inside the Pachin military complex. This was a sensitive site reportedly struck by Israel in 2024. As per reports, the structure is now covered with layers of soil, masking its footprint and making detection from above significantly more difficult. But Pachin is only part of the picture. At nuclear facilities previously targeted by the United States, satellite images indicate Iran has buried tunnel entrances. Iran is sealing tunnel entrances beneath earth and reinforced material. All 3 tunnel entrances at the Isfahan nuclear complex have been backfilled. The construction surge comes as US military forces reposition across the region and diplomatic talks hang in the balance. Meanwhile, Iran insists its nuclear ambitions are peaceful.
We're getting some more updates, viewers. In a strongly worded statement which has come in from the Kerala CM has now slammed the release of the second part of the Kerala story. This is the update we're tracking the entire day. We saw a row in the first part of Kerala story, and now the Kerala CM has posted release once again a strongly worded statement. He has urged the people across the nation to unite against the release of such movies that he claims insults the state of Kerala. He alleged that even the first part of the movie was full of misinformation, and the new will, of course, spread blatant lies. This is what the Kerala CM is saying. He went on to assert that the state of Kerala, that stands as a beacon of harmony and peace, has been gravely insulted by the movie, alleged that the hands of Sangh Parivar behind the movie, and it attempts to spread the divisive ideologies of them. But this is a statement that has come in from the Kerala CM, and not the first time, because we have seen the Kerala CM being critical of the Kerala story, and now the Kerala story too. And he is saying that the portrayal and relationships in that story, he finds it extremely objectionable. Okay, so the original Kerala story, Shankar is joining us live on this. Shankar, the original Kerala story, you saw its share of controversy. Now, in the second part of the Kerala story, we see that once again, the Kerala CM has hit out and slammed the release of the part 2.
Yes, the movie is slated to be released on February 27th and its official teaser was released some days ago, and it was at this juncture the Chief Minister, in a strongly worded statement which was shared on his social media Facebook page, that he criticized the release of such movies, and he expressed his concern how such movies are being allowed to be screened in the states, and how the censor board and even the central government is allowing the release of such movies in the state. He said the Kerala stands as a beacon of harmony and peace in the state, and at a time the release of such movies will land the state in trouble and also put the state in a negative image, and this has to be stopped. And he also urged the people across the world, including all Keralites, to unite against the release of such movies. And he said even the first part of the movie was full of misinformation and blatant lies were spread by releasing the movie, and this will of course be such a movie that would propagate the Sangha Parivar ideologies. And he said in Kerala the marriages and even the love affairs between different...
Thank you, Shankar. I am coming. We're being joined right now by the director, Kamakya Narayan Singh. Kamakya Narayan Singh has just joined us on the phone line. He's a director of Kerala Story 2. Thank you for joining us here, Mr. Kamakya Narayan Singh. Now, you have defended the movie, and you have defended your movie, whatever the CM, Plenary Vijay has said. He has made it very clear that he finds it objectionable. But you say, Mr. Singh, that the movie is fact-based. Your reaction?
Yes, it's a fact-based film. Sir has to check the facts. Sir has to, in the Kerala Story 1, we had shown a lot of girls who are from Kerala. He should go and meet them. It's been now 2-3 years. He should go and meet them at least. He will realize what is the fact.
Yes. Okay, so...
And this Kerala Story 2 is about what is spreading all across the country. So the trap of love jihad is spreading all over the country. We are portraying that.
Okay, Mr. Singh, we also would like to ask you, about with the Kerala Story, like you said, it's fact-based, but we did see a political storm over the Kerala Story. So, and we, at the same time, we're seeing that, Republic TV's investigation has showed that there are some facts. Which show the reality. This is an investigation that we have done here on Republic TV.
Clarify one thing. There are not some facts. Everything in the film which has been shown is fact. Every scene of Kerala Story 2 is based on the facts and the real incidences. To make it in one story, we have taken a lot of stories and made it a fiction. But every event, every scene of the film is a reality and a fact-based.
Right. Also, I would like to ask you, you have said that the two does not change because the people choose to ignore it. You have stood by your movie time and again. And is there a message that you want to give to the Kerala CM here? Because, the first time we saw that he raised a lot of objections. He says it's divisive. He says there is a Sangh Parivar hand behind this. Any message you want to give to the Kerala CM on this?
First of all, if Sangh Parivar has the ideology to save this nation and talk about nationality, national integrity, then is it wrong? So let's not demean Sangh Parivar. But this about Kerala Story, everything is right and true. And so that is why we are making the film. Why do you connect every fact and every right thing, every good thing to Sangh Parivar, which you do not agree to it? If you close the eyes, the truth will not change. I have a humble request to the Chief Minister of Kerala, not only in Kerala, he should see all the newspaper across the country, what is happening in the country, he should see it.
All right. Well, thank you for getting those details. Thank you, Mr. Kamakya Singh. We're getting all the top updates coming in on this story. Viewers, as the Kerala story part 2 is being released once again, Plenary Vijay, the CM, has objective. Taking a short break, much more coming up on the side. We'll keep our focus on the AI summit, where we saw that the Macron has praised India's digital ecosystem sites UPI story to talk about the big AI potential.
Amity has one of India's most advanced supercomputing facilities for AI research and teaching. Equipped with world-class facilities, the center drives interdisciplinary research and industry-academia collaboration, preparing students for disruptive AI technologies. Committed to India's global tech leap, Amity is proud to be the knowledge partner at India AI Impact Summit.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
प्योर शाही paneer masala, delicious, healthy every day.
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made...
Viewers, top headlines tracking right now. Bangladesh bars SpiceJet from using its airspace over dues. Airline says working for early resolution. Unexpected alliance ahead of the elections in Tamil Nadu. DMK and DMDK have confirmed the alliance. BJP says it's a wrong call. AI video war between Congress and the government. 9 AI generated videos deleted by the government. That's what the Congress is claiming. Anil Ambani files affidavit in Supreme Court, assures Supreme Court he will not leave India without permission. Supreme Court has issued a stern remark regarding freebies. The Chief Justice stated that many state governments are distributing free schemes despite heavy debt and losses. Court orders probe into the Sabri Mala ghee scam. Court orders 45-day deadline for report submission. Getting some big breaking updates coming in, viewers. Supriya Sule has written to the Maharashtra government saying that Ajit Pawar's death in the accident has sent a shockwave across the entire state of Maharashtra. Numerous doubts and suspicions are being expressed on social media. A public sentiment extremely intense, and people are still on a state of deep grief. Against this backdrop, MLA Rohit Pawar is raising many points, facts and questions in a very well-researched and thoughtful manner. Now the people must receive answers to these. If the authorities delay in providing these answers, the unease will only grow further. Supriya Sule urging for security for Rohit Pawar, because in multiple press conferences we have seen Rohit Pawar question the crash which led to the death of Ajit Pawar. He questioned how did it happen, and there were many lapses that he has pointed out recently in those press briefings. And Supriya Sule has made this statement which we are putting out on our screens. And these are some updates that we're getting here on Republic TV. Okay. Cam, we're getting, let's go to Revati. Revati is joining us live. Revati, we just saw the statement come from Supriya Sule. She's urging for security for Rohit Pawar. And we have seen Rohit Pawar in multiple press briefings. He has raised concerns and lapses about the circumstances which led to Ajit Pawar's demise.
Right, so we can see that Rohit Pawar has constantly bringing up the questions after a very quite deep research on what exactly happened on the day of Ajit Pawar's accident. He has questioned about the credibility of the pilot. He has also brought up some chats, the screenshot of the chats to be very specific, which mentioned that the pilot who was on board, who was flying the aircraft, was a habitual drinker. So these are the things that he has constantly been bringing up. But also in the last press briefing, Rohit Pawar said that there are also some powers which are being used to save VSR, and also VSR has some political connections. But he also mentioned that there are some possibilities that VSR is being saved by the people in power, but he doesn't want to bring politics into this. He also shared in yesterday's press briefing that the aircraft which was being fled by the pilot or by the VSR company that day, the cost of that aircraft was 10 crores, but the insurance is of 200 crores. So all these things that are being brought up after a deep research, now the NCP Sharad Pawar faction is demanding security for Rohit Pawar, as he has been bringing all these facts to the fore. He has also mentioned while speaking to Republic yesterday, he said that he has submitted all the first press conferences, facts and presentation to the government, and also yesterday's press briefings presentation will be submitted to the government. And constantly now there's being demand of a CBI inspection in this very matter. So after this, Supriya Sule has now demanded and written to the government of Maharashtra to provide security to Rohit Pawar, and also to conduct a CBI investigation in Ajit Pawar's death matter, because there are many facts that are not known, and also there are many loopholes in the current investigation, is what the NCP SP faction is constantly mentioning about. So now, after Sunetra Pawar submitting the letter, also Rohit Pawar demanding of CBI inspection, and now Supriya Sule demanding of CBI inspection, it will be important to see that whether government of Maharashtra is really serious about this CBI inspection or no. Over to you.
Yes, Rohit Pawar, has been asking a lot of questions. Revati, if you could just tell our viewers about it, specifically on VSR Ventures, because it was a Learjet 45 aircraft which crashed in Pune. This is operated by VSR Ventures. So he has been asking a lot of questions. He's been asking questions even from the Civil Aviation Ministry.
Yeah, he has constantly been mentioning about that a Learjet doesn't get passing or doesn't get permission in India. The permission needs to get from USA. But he also mentioned in his yesterday's press briefing that DGCA pressurized to get the permission to fly this Learjet aircraft. Also, he is constantly demanding to form a committee. He has also written to the government of Maharashtra that a CBI inspection shall be done, but also a committee shall be formed to inspect this and inspect and investigate this particular incident. Also, I would like to mention here that in yesterday's press briefings, Rohit Pawar has mentioned about the credibility of VSR, because VSR has been using old and expired aircrafts. Also, if we talk about the VSR's aircraft, which is now which was used for Ajit Pawar's fly that day, Ajit Pawar toured that day, it was around 16 years or 16 years old. So now it is also been questioned that for VVIP or Z plus security person, why such aircrafts are used. So there are many questions around it right now. Over to you.
Okay, well, thank you for getting those details. Thank you for getting those details. I will be coming back to you for more. Getting some more updates. A Bangladeshi student activist was wanted in his country for killing a Hindu police officer last year, was apprehended at the Indira Gandhi International Airport. Big breaking updates coming in. Okay, so we also know that this is what the official sources told. The man has been identified as Ahmed Raza Mehdi was intercepted by immigration authorities when he was attempting to board a flight to a European destination. The source said Mehdi is a resident of Habibganj in Bangladesh. He is facing charges in connection with the murder of a sub-inspector Santosh Chaudhary in 2024. We're getting these latest visuals of this developing story that we're getting for you. This is a Bangladeshi student activist who was wanted in his country for killing a Hindu police officer last year, has been apprehended at the Indira Gandhi International Airport. Pictures coming in on Republic TV first, on Republic, showing you what has been happening on the ground in the story. And this student activist from Bangladesh has also been deported back to his country. He was wanted in Bangladesh for killing a Hindu cop. The latest update that we're getting for our viewers is that this student activist from Bangladesh was caught here in Delhi by the authorities and now has been sent back to his home country, that is Bangladesh, to face the law, hopefully. So what we see right now are back-to-back updates coming in. This is the video on the story. This is the individual who has now been deported back. This is a student activist from Bangladesh. The man's name has been identified as Ahmed Raza Hassan Mehdi, was intercepted by the immigration authorities and officials when he was attempting to board a flight to a European destination right here in the national capital here in India. And then he was apprehended and then deported back to his country, that is Bangladesh. So big updates coming in, viewers, on Republic TV. This is a man called Ahmed Mehdi. He is wanted in his home country, Bangladesh, for killing a Hindu police officer last year and was apprehended at the Indira Gandhi International Airport. He is facing charges in connection with the murder of a sub-inspector Santosh Chaudhary on August 5th, 2024. Big updates coming in here on Republic TV. This is a student from Bangladesh wanted for killing a Hindu cop. He was on the run, trying to escape, trying to board a flight to Europe from the national capital, from Delhi here, but he was apprehended by the immigration officials and he was now he's being deported back, according to the latest update that we are getting on this story. So back-to-back updates coming in, viewers, on Republic TV. We'll tell you more about that, but this is the big update. This man from Bangladesh has been sent back. He was wanted in a cop's murder, arrested at the Delhi airport, and has been deported back to Bangladesh. He was trying to flee to Europe. Officials say he was trying to flee to Europe here from the national capital, from Delhi, and has been deported back to Bangladesh. He's a resident of Habibganj in Bangladesh. He's accused in the murder of a sub-inspector Santosh Chaudhary. This was during a nationwide movement. We're talking about when there was a huge uprising that led to a regime change in Bangladesh. Okay, let's go straight across to my colleague Shivam, who's joining us. Shivam, this was an unfortunate incident where a Hindu cop was killed. And this student activist was on the run, trying to flee to Europe, but caught by the immigration officials, and he has been deported back right here from the national capital.
Yes, truly, it's a very sad story on how he was allowed to go back to Bangladesh. Now, during the regime change that time, when the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, during that time, many Hindus were also killed during that time, and he is one of Ahmed Raza Hassan Mehdi, is a Bangladeshi student leader who was accused in 2024 of murdering a Hindu police officer. Now, he was apprehended when it comes to Delhi. He came to Delhi airport. He was detained while he was trying to flee flee to Europe. So he was trying to run away from the law enforcement agencies and from the Bangladesh police because he committed a murder, and that too of a Hindu man, a Hindu police officer in Bangladesh. Now, while he was trying to flee to Europe, he was apprehended by the police here, and then he was later deported to Bangladesh. Now, this is the latest that we are fetching, that he was later deported to Bangladesh. He was trying to flee to Europe, and he is a Bangladeshi student leader. Now, the murder that took place during 2024, during the uprising that happened, and you remember very well, that was the time when it was the time of the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. There was a regime change. It was the change. There was massive protests were happening, and during that time, many were killed. There were large protests in Bangladesh during that time. A Hindu police officer was killed. Now, he was trying to evade justice in Bangladesh. He was trying to flee to Europe, and he was caught. He was apprehended in Delhi airport. He could have, and then he was deported to Bangladesh for further proceedings. Now, he was trying to flee to Europe. Now, as per the sources, he was later deported to Bangladesh. Now, he even goes on to allege that he was physically abused by police officials during the detention time he was here. Now, he was a student coordinator from Habibganj district in Bangladesh. Now, where the victim, which is the SI Santosh Chaudhary, he was killed by him. He was not alone. There was a mob also who killed that Hindu police officer, the Hindu police cop in Bangladesh on August 5th, 2024. That was the day when the Hindu police officer was killed in Bangladesh. And it was the same day when Bangladesh Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, that is Sheikh Hasina, was ousted following the anti-government protests that were happening in Bangladesh during that time. Now, he was intercepted by the immigration officials at Delhi airport. Now, as per the sources, authorities detained him. They detained him, and when he was trying to leave the country, he was trying to run using Delhi airport as a route to flee to Europe, and he was apprehended, he was detained, he was caught, and subsequently he was sent to Bangladesh because he is a Bangladeshi national. Now, he will have to face justice there, but he is accused of killing a Hindu cop, a Hindu police officer in Bangladesh. Now, Shivangi, you remember many Hindus were brutally murdered, brutally killed in Bangladesh. Some of them were burnt alive in Bangladesh.
Yes, Shivam, what is very concerning, Shivam, you can continue talking about this, Shivam. What is very concerning is that this student who's from Bangladesh is wanted for killing a Hindu cop, was trying to use the national capital, Delhi, to go to a European destination. He was trying to flee the entire continent and move to Europe for some reason.
Definitely, he was trying to flee to Europe because he knows that he would be caught, and because he did a very big crime. He killed a police officer, and he would have to face justice when he reaches Bangladesh. But he had that moment. He thought that he would evade the justice system. He would go on, and he would reach Europe. But he was apprehended. But ironically, he's saying that he was abused while he was being detained here. He says, I was in police custody for around 40 minutes. I was treated very badly. So this is a murderer who is saying that he was treated very badly while he was in detention, while he was caught, while he was apprehended in Delhi airport now. And he said the police wanted me to put in jail. I told them that I have not done any illegal work, then I should be allowed to speak to the embassy. So he was playing the embassy card while he was here. So that can be one of the reasons why he was deported to Bangladesh. And he also goes on to accuse that they didn't cooperate. And he said, I'm safe now. The police unlocked my phone and checked it. I will take action once I return home. So this is a murderer who goes on to say that he was tortured while he was detained in Delhi airport. But sadly, he was deported back to Bangladesh. This should not have happened. He should have been caught here. He should have stayed here and should have faced the Indian law also, because he has murdered Hindu. Many Hindus have been murdered in Bangladesh. Over to you, Shivangi.
All right. Well, thank you for getting those details, Shivam. I will be coming back to you for more as we get more updates on this story. Okay, so let's tell you more about what's happening in Pune. A stampede-like situation was seen in Pune during Shiv Jayanti. It's led to many people being injured, and many of them are being treated at the hospital. Here's what happened.
Huge crowd gathered at Shivneri Fort in Junnar, Pune on the occasion of Shiv Jayanti as devotees assembled in large numbers to celebrate the birth anniversary of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. During the event, while devotees were carrying the Shiv Jyot down the fort, one person reportedly slipped and fell. Two others walking ahead also lost their balance, leading to sudden crowding and panic at the spot. Now, the Pune Rural Police have clarified that there was no stampede. Several people sustained minor injuries in the incident and were immediately shifted to the government hospital in Junnar for treatment. Authorities have confirmed that no one is seriously injured. At present, the fort has been cleared and the situation remains under control, with police and local authorities continuing to monitor the area.
A short break, viewers. We will be live and we will be breaking. The court orders a probe into the Sabri Mala ghee scam case. Court orders 45-day deadline for report submission. This and much more coming right up.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा प्योर मसाला केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation hollow out all services? Will AI wipe out all jobs? Are entry-level jobs all at risk? So when a prominent AI investor like Khosla says,
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा प्योर मसाला।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as, all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as, all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also
Amity has one of India's most advanced supercomputing facilities for AI research and teaching. Equipped with world-class facilities, the center drives interdisciplinary research and industry-academia collaboration, preparing students for disruptive AI technologies. Committed to India's global tech leap, Amity is proud to be the knowledge partner at India AI Impact Summit.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा और मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो, मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी। अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने, सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as, all jobs will disappear in 50 years.